Let's get clicking, turn on the screen. Let's get busy, tugging deeply, gripping my machinery. It's vivid as the imagery. What is this misery? It's surely not a mystery. If you were asking me, I'd call it a fallacy we call identity. Please just hit me with that good stuff. You know what I need. It's better than drugs. Bring on the machine, bring on the routine, and don't forget to bring me one more thing. The pitter-patter, the clickety-clatter, the tip-taps of my typing patterns. This is our modern, mundane disaster. Clicking away with maniacal laughter, like ha 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 ha. Oh my God. Chipping away at my sanity, constantly drifting astray from all that was taught to me. From the keystrokes I'm typing with fingers like lightning. But if this is what they say my life is, then quite frankly I'm dying. But that's fine, I don't mind. For these keys I will bleed, because these keys are all I'll ever need. It is to this in which I lose my real power. It is from this in which I will surely be devoured. Quickly becoming lonely, slipping, shifting slowly, clicking, scrolling, typing. To put it simply, I'm still dying. Too busy for me to be this dizzy, but I'm locked into internet living. It's complicated, complicating. Calmingly I sit contemplating all the things that I'm not saying. Strained hands, feet aching. It's a shame when you feel your sanity breaking. Look man, here's what I'm saying. Green thumbs become numb with the brain stuck on income. But it's best to forget, pretend to be dumb, than to sit and regret all that you've done. Better yet, you can choose to be numb. I have clean hands cause I washed them, daydreaming of peace I've forgotten. When I grew weak and grew rotten, all I see is screens and you cannot stop them. So I keep to my routine. No time for me to think as my clock is ticking and I get clicking, turning on my machine as I get busy.
Fuck me, I did it again. All right, we're all good. We're start over, right? So somebody go back and read my lips. I just told you all the secrets of the universe. So anyways, so what I said was, my second cupcake is going to be here soon. We are going to get into some things, but that song was very depressing. It kind of made me feel like the cold shower I just took was sucked out of my body, and all that energy kind of went to the wayside. Not only that, the muting thing, right? It's got to be retrograde. It's got to be something. But it's been a fun week, I think. It's been a fun month, right? I've been evaluating the way that people roll in these places, right? Ever since starting my time here online, and the way that this has all gone, even back in the days when I was just an editor for Jaren, I think it's been very fascinating. Just it's a great tool for looking into the human psychology, the astrology, the astrology, and just everything else, right? I'm having some frustrations though, right? So we can call this the drama sector, right? Because we are pro AI here, right? We're pro AI, and we are pro original thought. We're also pro drama when done right, right? So there's some people here. It's not anything new. It's not something that we've not seen before. We've seen it with certain characters since the first time. I believe many of us heard of this panelverse, right? And what is this I'm talking about? I'm talking about people who have some sort of I don't want to say fatal character flaw, but I would be upset if I had it, right? If I had this sort of, okay, nobody's paying attention to me. I'm not getting the kind of attention I want. I'm not getting the dopamine hits that I want from the attention that I am being given. So I got to kind of escalate. It's the only way for me to feel comfortable. We see this with a very simple example with Snafu all the time. He's the one that comes to mind pretty off the bat, where he, I know that there's a guy there. There's a person who has trauma, right? This is all just trauma from every single person. I believe that's what it comes down to. But with him, you give him some space after he kind of gets to know you, and he starts to extend his olive branch of trust. He'll call it a cupcake. He'll call it this or that. But then you see how quickly he is to just step back into that mode. I think for him, it might be more so of a trust issue. We also see trust in the flow state realm, right? Where that man is very clearly distrusting of people beyond what would be expected when I first meet him. He doesn't seem to be as paranoid as you find out he later is. Not in a way of picking out the windows, but just of trusting another person, right? And it's because of this in the relationships that people have online and how dark they can go, which it shouldn't be this way, but it's because of this that leads people to be so trigger happy, right? They're so ready to blow. They're ready to explode. We see it in the chat. I'm not sure. It could be happening right now. That's why I'm not looking. I make the intention not to look here in the beginning. There's a certain person, right? I don't even want to give them the benefit of saying their name, because if that's their intention, it's going to be too easy for them to get it. Because they say things and they desperately seek something, right? They want to be noticed. They're not happy in their lives. I don't know. I really can't make any sort of assumptions, but I can. I just did. Ooh. But we can look at me, right, as an example of someone who has no interest in that, right? And people start throwing the biggest fits ever. They don't know how to handle themselves. They want to start pushing, just squeezing. Okay, I got to get this. I have to get some sort of explosion out of this. I have to have it. We have an example, which I might save for when Moose gets up here, but it's with Bad Up Media today. I was over there and they were having this boring ass conversation, but they were, I get it, right? This is what people want to do. They want a fucking dog barking. Even the dog barking gets me off track here, right? So they want to get into this zone of being, it's going to drive me nuts. I don't ever have dog bark sounds. Whose dog? Who has a dog? Mercury retrograde, am I right? All right, cool. So, all right, don't worry, y'all. Don't panic. We're gonna go ahead and go into hard mode here, right? Okay. So, because why does that make it? I don't know if I've ever had to realize until now how much dogs barking gets me off track in my brain. This is the universe fighting back as far as the truth comes out, right? I bring the truth. We've heard all these rumors about people having truths and truth all this time, but now Landry has got it for you. And what the truth is, all right, it's gone. Cool. I can stop filibustering. All right, anyways, what the fuck was it talking about? People, yeah. So when they go into that mode, Bad Up Media did it today, where he starts blowing up over nothing because I basically, I don't even know what I said. I got to find out and look back into that. So let me get back to my notes. I did take some notes today to make sure that this didn't happen, but it just can't help itself. All right, so my notes. All right, doing something different, right? So about an hour ago, I checked into Jack's show to see what's going on there. He's got some Facebook pictures up. He's got whatever that person who helps him do that. He's saying roughly the same shit, right? Which is good. It's good to say the same shit, because if you're saying the same shit, that means that you're on track and consistent. Right? If you have no consistency, people don't like that. However, I try to use that as a strength while still maintaining some semblance of consistency, in this space at least, right? So do something different, Jack. It's boring us all to tears. That's why people welcome the Snafu, the Stevens, and the others. And, I'm going to go ahead and So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that it's important to do something different. It's important to be willing to hold yourself to higher standards, right? And I saw a lot of people do this. I see them all stepping up. I recognize all of y'all. I sincerely do. But we want to get into the certain people who they just seem to escalate it, right? One of their names we can go ahead and say has 3 letters. I don't think it's their actual name, but so go ahead and do the math there, right? Who am I talking about? This is the only time I'm going to address you like about this situation, right? I see what you're doing. It's not necessary. I have no issues with you for the 50th time, but if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, I don't know. I'm not going to have a spot for you in the Landry sort of mental capacity, right? Because it's not worth it to me. It's not worth to leave those doors open, right? We saw it once with Cynthia as well, and it's not. This isn't the place for it, right? We're doing things differently. We're doing things better, right? And we've almost gotten through the part where all the people were here just saying, what are you actually doing? You know, what all the naysayers, right? The red 40s, all these characters. Now we've kind of broken through to the other side where people see what we're doing, and because it's been visible, right? It's very open too. It's very open to suggestions, where I think the collaborations always manifest in the background. And the best things happen, right? It's where the best conversations are had and the most productive conversations are had. So this new Gemini 3 with AI, I'm going to wait till Moose gets up here for this segment, but it's amazing. And the amount of power that we have with AI, I got to say this part for when Moose gets up here. But I'm going to go ahead and look in the chat here in just 1 second. And what else do I have on my list here? So going into emergency mode to get attention when you lack it, right? We all sit up here and we have a microphone, not all of us, but a lot of people do. At first, it wasn't comfortable for me. I felt like, who am I to have this microphone? I still feel, sometimes whenever the vibe's not vibing. Speaking of vibe, enjoy that thumbnail. But what I don't do is just freak out and say, okay, I'm not getting enough numbers right now. There could be 2 people here. There could be 5 people here. Do I care if there's people here? Absolutely, I do. I don't play that game of saying, oh, I don't care about the numbers. If we don't care about the numbers, then we're going to fail 1,000%, because what else are we doing this for, right? Bad Up Media is one of those examples, right? He's going to scream and yell and do all this thing, and he's ending up in court tomorrow, right? Is that tomorrow? It's the 19th? Yeah, so it's court tomorrow. That's not good. I don't want to be there. I don't want anyone else to be there either. It's not fun to be in court. So when we think about this, we have to be honest with ourselves, right? What is it inside of us? What kind of, how were we hurt? And I always think about that with you people. That's why I'm forgiving as much as I can be. I don't think it's important to hold on to things when it's not necessary. I'm always open to moving on. However, when I start to see people, they just don't know how to change and it's not in their interest to change, you got to move on and let it go. So I'm hoping the chat's better today. I'm hoping everyone's doing better, being better, all those things. And we're going to go ahead and check it out and see. Okay. I'm happy to be a chatter for life. Hey, we got Crazy Mama here. All right, Crazy Mama's here. I was going to wait till the first donation to play your song, but fuck it. I think we'll be okay. We'll survive to see the next day. So this is basically the DJM song sequel with a Crazy Mama twist. Shit.
Mommy, crazy mama, what is going on, huh? Why is the chat so toxic? No more of that nonsense. We gotta get back to the non-10 and hit us up some drama with DJM and crazy mama, laundry, judgy, dummy, crazy mama. Moments are dancing in rows. everything. Crazy mama, queen DJ, and King Tommy Bahama. Oh God, I love drama. Who needs truth when we are all on top of the world? Because the contest was awesome, and now DJ and Crazy Mama are gonna blossom into the best two ladies in the panelverse. Man, this song sucks so much, but you heard it here first.
All right. What are our thoughts?
Wild, absolutely fucking wild.
You like the dicks?
Bro, you just set that one up for you.
I know, dude. I was like, what are you doing? Don't you know who I am? Oh, cool. I can look at you that way. Fuck yeah. How did I not think about that before? All right, man. So we're here. We're rocking and rolling, right? Jack's show was hot garbage. It was the perfect time to jump in. Nothing changes over there, right? No, I'm not here to talk shit about Jack. There's plenty of other people to talk about and other ideas, right? There's other concepts. There's other tools, right? We're evolving every day. And just want to say shout out to this guy right here, this Moose guy. You know, he's not a creature. He's a man. He's a good man, right? And I'm glad that we've gone through a lot of this figuring who the other person is and all these different things, right? We've had a journey, but it's because I think most people in this space have fucked around too much. But now we're getting down to business. So how was your day, man? How was work?
It's fucking great. Fucking
It was a great day? You had a good day?
Yep, getting it all done. Getting
Nice.
shit done. That's all I can say.
Do you think you're pretty based?
Offensive, yeah. I'm definitely offensive, so I mean, if that's what based means, then sure.
So this is something that I developed today. We're going to go ahead and take a little quick glance at something for the people to realize that we are pro AI for a reason. We're going to pull this up and
oh yeah, beautiful.
this is I've been
This
having
is the raw, mechanical
shit.
blueprint of your alliance.
this is our
You're
alliance, bro.
stripping away the narrative fluff and looking directly at the code of your existence. Based on the precise coordinates of the 6th of November 1996,
Uh-oh.
Louisville, and the 10th of August.
Nope. Sorry. Almost doxed you. We didn't. We got through it. 10th of August. That's okay, right? People just for them to know your birthday. I can't hear you if you're talking. Did you just like cut out? What happened to you?
Oh, sorry. I was remastering a song and it got done.
What song are you working on?
And so it started playing. It's the Victory Lap.
It's called Victory Lap?
Yeah.
Who's in it?
Oh, it's not a music video, it's just a song.
Oh, just a song. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just throwing songs out there. I don't got time for music videos right now.
Yeah, I'm on the refining stage, right? We're refining some of the stuff in the background because it's I've made so much and then it's quality over quantity. But you know, have you messed around with the new Gemini at all?
A little bit, yeah. I made a visualizer for my music so I could sit there and fucking listen to music and like see the visualizer. But I want to make it so I can share the screen or whatever and then have that as my like StreamYard or whatever and then put my music to that, you know what I mean?
Oh, like a little I see what you're saying, the visualizer, like a little music video that doesn't have anything but like designs.
Yeah. And then I had it so after every song it would switch the visualizer to another visual. So I created like a whole bunch of different visuals that I wanted to see, and then you know what I mean? Like 12 different styles. I had one that was like a dark carnival theme, one that's a hip hop, one that's like a heavy metal, one that's like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, man. So I
That
used to
was
be afraid of this thing, right? Yeah, I know a lot of people are, right? To where I kind of want to go into this now. It's the only segment that I have to react to, right? It was Bad Apple Media blowing up today, but it's because he's so stupid. I don't even know if he's worth the time of day, but it's important because a lot of people keep doing this, right? They go to this extreme level because they feel this discomfort, right? Because they can feel that when there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to say, or they're tired, right? They don't have the energy. So
right.
yesterday you missed it in the chat, but there was a lot of people who were just like, what the hell's going on here? Because there was just one certain person. So, oh my God, for good God, help me, Jesus Christ, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, Jesus, oh my God, just losing their minds about other people in the chat. We've made our point clear, right? Y'all are adults. Y'all can behave yourselves whenever you're around here. It's not our business to know about your business, if that makes sense. I just think it's time to stop being silly, first of all, and it's time to be better. And I think that vibe, it puts you in the thumbnail because it's we didn't ever finish that one conversation we had. So this was I don't know. I like putting random people in the thumbnails because if they're on my mind, why not? You know what I mean? Why not? But I don't know if we got anywhere, right? Because this is another issue I keep running into. I don't do this thing. I've seen people do it. I've seen Ahimsa do it with the astrology thing, where she is like, I can say the words very well myself, so I am the authority. I can tell you about the squares and this. A lot of the lingo, right? The lingo that is very wordy, so it comes across as like, oh, this person knows what they're talking about. They know what's up. But because I don't do that, people, they don't take me seriously, right? So they come into this space and they say, I need some help with AI. I need some help with this. But then they just start talking a lot, and I'm like, okay. But I'm not the kind of person who's going to say, hey, shut up and listen. But sometimes people should listen a little bit more because I think I could help them out. I really do. And with Jesse, it started off really great. I mean, I still plan on seeing him tonight, Missing Link Jesse, and getting into some of that stuff. But the more we have our interactions, the more we just start talking the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm teaching him anything. We've done 3. And on the third one, we're just like talking about, yeah, man, when I was this age, we did this and we did that, which is fun. It's cool. But I almost think that would be, I don't know. I feel like he's got the desire. He's learned a couple things, but we can always go further. It's a weird position to be in because I'm obviously, I edit everything that I put out there, and Moose sends me clips yesterday. He was sending me a bunch of stuff. We did these new dono triggers, right? We have those on the ready for anybody who is interested, and they're going to be workshopped over time as we go. That's another thing that people can come to us for, right?
Yeah, but don't sell that shit short. That shit's dope. If someone donates, they get to see some cool shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, no, I mean, I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm trying to flow just because I don't know if I don't know. I guess yeah, it's cool, but it could be better, right? Okay, let me ask you this.
Of course, it could be better, but it's still dope as fuck. It's better than fucking Flow State's first ones.
It's better than Flow State's current ones.
Well, there you go.
Well, Flow States are targeted at people who are like, I don't know, 10 years old mentally, like that one with the clown getting punched. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know what that is or why adults want to see that. Play the clown one. Play the clown one.
It is so fucked up. It's like, I don't know why anybody would want to like watch it, it's total fucking chaos, but
yeah. I mean, but people, they think that I'm trying to, oh, nothing's ever good enough for me. And that's sometimes it's true, but it's because nothing is ever perfect. But if anyone, I want to ask you this, I might have asked you this offline already. Have you seen the movie Whiplash?
No.
Okay. If anyone out here has seen the movie Whiplash, it's like, I really want to talk about it, but I don't know if I would be able to share a scene from it. I think the OTW is sharing a scene in slow motion today. But it's just because it's so relevant, and it keeps popping up in my mind, and I'm always thinking about it because it's this one of the main characters, just the way that his mindset operates, and then there's the whole thing. But that's where I'll land my plane. But with these tools, right? Yesterday we were in a perfect flow. I think I was like, send me this, send me that, and you were just, we didn't even have to talk. We were just shooting each other messages. Telegram's the reason why it was possible. You can't do that shit on Discord. Whenever anyone asks me about Discord, like, hey, what's wrong with Discord? What do I go on Telegram? I think the limit's like what, a fucking megabyte.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't even send a fucking picture, dude.
Yeah, it's like it's not even close. Shout out to DJM for the putting the Cash App in the thing.
True that. And then we have Jody. She said, this one channel I watch has AI Jesus for
Hey!
It is really boosted the channel's donos. And then we got Tony right after. Bam! With the $9.99. He wants to see the first one.
Which one? The whale one?
Not the whale one. He gets to see the regular one.
You may have to remove Snow from that one and then add Tony Coriolis in her place to the headbangers, or we can leave her in there, But I won't even go there. I won't even go there because I might decompose.
It's a familiar call. It's how this goes when you decompose.
Okay, I'm sorry. Family broadcast. Mrs. Moose is here today. I'll say now he left. That's not what I was going for there.
Do you ever look at some of these people's faces? Like just in these streams? Like I found that to be inspiring to me. Makes me feel better about my looks. Like if you ever go on a tomato panel and look at those people.
Yeah.
It's brutal, man. Thank you, Tony. You're the man.
I'm not like that though. Like, I don't know. I've dated some chunky chicks and
dude, there's nothing wrong with a chunky chick. What are you talking about, dude?
No, I've dated people that would say that some 7s, 6s,
Well, that's okay. I'm not talking about 7s or 6s, dude. I'm talking straight 3s.
I mean, you think Uncle Fatty's a 3?
Yes.
Oh, I love you, bro. Oh, you're so great.
Hold on, Grey Rock. I'll pull you up.
He kind of looks like a troll. I mean, I have love for Uncle Fatty, but he does look like a troll.
Well, it's why Steven's job is so easy. Because he's just like, look at the demon, and he's right. We're all pretty ugly, but I say we're in the top percentile. I think. You know who'd be? I think in the number 1 percentile would be Nachiketa. It's a good-looking Asian man.
And Mitch gets up there too.
No, dude, you get some close-up to Mitch's face.
A lot of girls like it.
I know he's a beautiful woman, but I mean, for the straight people out there. Where the fuck is the tomato?
Tony
channel?
liked that, by the way. He said he likes it.
What
for him?
Should we play the long one for him?
Give him the long one.
No. We gotta wait for the whale to do that. We gotta have
all right. Just give him the short one more time.
No, I'll let him wait. No, we'll give him the DJM one. We have a DJM one. Sorry, hold on.
All right. There we go.
They came for the money.
Don't judge me.
So I gave them the money.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge. Oh my God, we have another donation from Crazy Mama. Landry is a savage. Thank you to Crazy Mama. We got
we got Grey Rock here.
Yeah, Grey Rock's here, dude.
Wow.
The Gray Rock.
The Gray Rock.
The one and only.
Hey, Freedom Grower, when are you going to get you? I was trying to talk to you earlier today, and I went up there, and then you weren't there when I got there, and there's a totally different story. So this whole thing with Bad Album Media, I got a text. I had a horrible nightmare last night. But I got a text from, what's his name? From OTW that was, or not a text, but a telegram that was like, hey, man, can you come? I want to set up this gem, right? I need help with a custom gem. So I'm like, hey, that sounds like work to me, right? Like, obviously it's not paid, but it's like, I love when people ask me for things that are like that, I'm always willing to do it. And then I get there and it's basically them reacting to something about a movie scene. So I'm kind of just sitting there chilling. I'm waiting for the moment, right? And then it never happens. So then I walk away from the table and the desk and I hear them just talking about shit like Bad Apple Media is just boring me to tears, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't remember what started off the thing, but he just immediately blows up, right? So for the daily dose of drama, I guess this is the best we can do. Did you see this today, Mr. Moose?
Nah, man.
All right, well we can go ahead and see. I don't even remember what the fuck happened. I was barely awake.
It's up to some sort of belief. It has to be a knowing.
Well, it's not black or white.
Based on fear, though? Is that a fear-based,
No,
situation?
because I haven't experienced fear since then. Since that away, I haven't experienced fear. I had at all.
But you still,
Can you believe that, dude? OTW says he hasn't experienced fear since 2017.
Yeah, he hasn't, bro.
What?
He lives without fear. He met Jack Talcott and he lost all fear.
But sometimes I crack myself up, dude. When I'm like making faces, I forget that I do that. But I'm like, that comedy, that's for the me's out there. All the Landry's watching.
Since that away, I haven't experienced fear.
I haven't
at all.
experienced fear at all.
but you still fear God or whatever.
Well, not really, because in that same moment, it was kind of it told me that I didn't have to fear it. I didn't need to be in the fear.
It's a peace. It's an inner peace that you find.
haven't felt fear in 6 years, 7 years?
2017 at the end was like in October when I got my awakening.
Well, what do you define fear as?
Well, fear is nothing compared to the fear of God. That I can tell you that much. Fear is just nothing. It's useless. It's just pointless.
Fear is very useful, actually.
Oh yeah,
No.
bigger than shit. I mean, fear is how we control each other. That's the easiest way to control each other is by fear and appeal to
right,
emotion.
exactly. And
Like,
once you've
This is where I get disconnected from people, where I have nothing, no issues at this point in time with OTW. We're vibing, to say the least. Shout out to Vibe out there. What a great, I guess it is a good name. If it doesn't come down to SEO, it's a good name because it does feel nice to come off the tongue. You'll have your fun, cool names, Vibe, Modern. Oh, wait, that's me. Vibe, Moose, and then El Perro.
No, he's Gray Rock.
Oh, sorry, Gray Rock. Excuse me. But when I have these conversations with people, I really am confused. Like it's an authentic confusion because I'm like, I don't think they're lying to me deliberately, but to me, I feel fear almost every day. In some sense, nervousness is fear, is it not?
Well, a lot of people I don't think understand the context. Many people project that, like Jack is saying, live without fear. Many people actually live in fear. And I think that's the context we're actually speaking of here. The difference is that a guy like me has fears. I'm not going to go out in the mountains in a tent in a backpack and not be aware that there are bears and predators. So that when I come across those signs that they're in the area, I have this fear mechanism that says, hey, it's time to take on that instinctual drive and do what is natural. Get the fuck away from him. He's a predator.
Don't talk about Moose like that. Dude, Meese. I still will never understand why it's Mooses and not Meese, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Meese. I've seen one in my actual life. I've seen a ton of elk. Accidentally killed one. Rest in peace. Obviously, hundreds, thousands of deer. But I've only seen one moose. And now those are big animals, dude. So you should fear the moose.
Oh yeah, I was coming around a river bend in Montana, and we were river rafting, like lazy style, and I had to piss so fucking bad, like so bad, and we were with like a ton of strangers. So I was trying to find a spot where I can jump off and go pee in the woods. And we come around this fucking turn, and this moose was staring me straight in the face. And I fucking, oh man, I damn near jumped out the boat the other side. It was pretty funny.
Dude, when I hit the elk with my car and the blood splattered everywhere, the other elk, it was like a cartoon scene. They were like, you know, when they like start running, but they're not actually moving because they're like scurrying their feet in, I don't know, kind of cartoon, like the Roadrunner. And they just ran away. They ditched the friend. And you know what? The funniest thing to me about that story is every time I told someone, which from the cop who came after I totaled the car, all the friends, family I had, every time they said the same thing. I said, yeah, dude, I knocked all 4 of its legs off. And people ask me the same thing every time. Did it live? I'm like, like where would it go?
Jesus.
Yeah, it just hopped away.
Yeah, I got out my emergency medical kit and splinted his legs, and he trotted off like a champ.
That sounds frightening, Freedom Grower. I wonder if I'll ever talk to Freedom Grower again.
You're free from that. Your fear does not control you anymore.
No, we vote for we vote against what scares us the most, right? The politician that can scare you, right, about the other side being bad the most.
Somebody go ahead and give Uncle Patty some money because he's got the VO watermark in the bottom right of his wallpaper.
That's the one that wins. That's
People do that. This fear shit here all the time, and they that's what they're so desperate for some sort of power that they. This is why we call this, you know, the bottom of the barrel. At least I do in this YouTube realm, because a lot of these people they're so quick to go to court, and they're so quick to just bring things to the extreme and say this person is doing this and we're going to go IRL and blah, because they don't know how else to get people's attention. They don't know. They haven't been able to make it work
because they're living in fear themselves.
Who is he not realizing you're talking about him? The fuck was that? Is it an earthquake in my ear? Okay.
Why do you want to hide like that? I mean, does that ever happen? And you know, how often does that happen? And doesn't it happen more often that people actually get along when they meet?
In real life, yes.
Right? I mean, I've met up with people from YouTube, and we always get along. We don't get into a fight. And
yeah, man, me and OTW, we met up last week. We actually had sex.
That you're just projecting. I mean,
good Lord, Landry.
You don't think I'm telling the truth?
You're fucking clowning like a fool.
I think you're exaggerating. You know?
It's cognitive. You're right. It was just a handy. Sorry, it wasn't actually sex.
You're still clowning like a fool.
Awareness and a lack thereof, right?
Do you see how serious you are about Apple Media?
I'm not serious at all. You assume I'm serious because I'm not buying into your silliness.
You don't have to buy into it. I mean,
well, I don't have to. You're right. I don't have to buy into it, and I'm not. You're the one who's trying to get me to buy into it.
I don't need you to buy into anything, dude.
Well, then why would you even bring up some stupid ass scenario like that? Is it entertainment for you?
Are you living in fear right now?
Absolutely not. You think I live in fear?
I think
you assume that I live in fear. Is that you're trying to instigate a conversation?
I don't think
about
you live
fear
without
with
fear.
me. No, but maybe we should talk to Jack about living without fear.
There we go.
Who lives in fear? Do you live in fear? Do you live in fear, Landry?
I have fears. Yeah.
What are your fears, Landry?
Fear of not being successful in my endeavors. Fear of losing family members. Fear of the future. Right? Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I haven't said that
those were general fears. Those were not yours.
Well, I haven't claimed to be fear-free.
No, those were just general fears.
I'm not fear-free.
You said you live without fear
for myself. I don't fear for me. I fear for humanity.
I fear for humanity too, based off of people like you, Bad Apple Media. Yeah.
And I fear for people like you, the same as you do me. So what makes you any better than me?
I'm not better. It's different.
Well, how are you? So you assume that you're a. So what are you trying to insinuate there, Landry?
That you have. I mean, I've
feared interactions with you. Come on, spit it out.
I fear interactions with you. I'm trying to, but you're already in your mode, right?
I'm in my mode because you want to fucking push buttons. Because you can't have a normal conversation.
No, because I don't kiss ass.
You can't have a normal conversation.
No, I can have a normal conversation. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty normal conversation for a second there. I must have been mistaken. Whoops.
The people out in the crowd said you threw the first punch.
The people you mean that which is?
Yeah, and like I've said many times, you come up on these panels, it's just like getting in a boxing ring. You better know what you're getting into, otherwise you're the loser.
Shout out to Cynthia, am I right? Oh, is it the first punch again?
Shout out to Cynthia. She won.
Can't help myself. Come on.
Well, you can't punch at somebody that's not in the ring. See, that's the problem. See, go ahead and giggle all you want. You may be the winner here.
I don't want to be the winner. She's just, she cracks me up, man. She's a very perfect example of what I talked about in the beginning of people who, they don't know how to operate in a place that is, calm, and not that calm is always a good thing, but their version of exiting the calm is what I would call unnecessary and probably caused by trauma. Would you agree? Like when people want to pump things up for the sake, we can call it manufactured drama. A lot of people do.
Well, let me ask you, have you seen me over at OTWs?
I don't pay attention to who's where, to be honest.
I'm of the same mind. Why would I want to go to somebody who is chasing clout, denies it, and then right on your panel the other night said that's exactly what he was doing? Just like Gabe, just like Paul, just like all these other fuckers that are out there saying they're doing this for you and your entertainment.
Who's you?
The audience.
But so, okay, so let's define, so clout is different because so define clout for me.
I have no idea what it is. I don't chase clout. As far as I can say, it's that popularity contest that I always refer to. It's people climbing over other people to get on the top. Who's more popular? They're all in a popularity contest, and they're all popular to a certain level. I'm a gray rock. I've been here a long time. You're not going to move me. I'm going to keep being me.
So, okay, so you're not going to get moved, right? I like this conversation because I think that you should always be willing to be moved in some way, shape, or form, no matter who.
Correct. Correct. And so understand that I'm talking about my principles. You're not going to move me on my principles. You can move me on the words that are being used very easily. That's why I research words. So I get a better context of whether somebody that's speaking actually knows what he's talking about. This is why I say a man's intellect is limited and biased by his vocabulary. You can tell what a man is thinking and a lot of things about them by how they speak. Brown's boy.
That's true.
Can you trust Brown's boy?
Of course not.
I think that's across the board, except for those that he's in with this groupthink that wants to sit there and out people, just like Paul, by trying to tear them down.
I think that goes into the same thing I brought up in the beginning, right? People who, that's their way of getting attention. I think a lot of it is attention seeking, right? Because that's the first thing he ever said to me was, hey, Landry, nice to meet you. I'm Brown's boy. I have something to offer you that is an exclusive behind the scenes information that you can only find here. We're going to have to do it on a call. It's too exclusive and risque for me to send you in a message. And he basically just gave me the same shit you see in his chats, but the 45-minute bong puff every 10 seconds version of it. And I thought it was true. I thought he was being sincere. He actually sold it to me pretty well that first time. But then over time, when you become the one being lied about, you say, okay, well, then that person can't be ever taken seriously again because they just say shit. But why?
Absolutely. And so crazy mama, yeah, fuck you all. See, I'm in that sense, I am not going to be moved on principles that I know are good and faithful. I do things in the background, my own little projects, and it takes nobody else. And that is my level of success. If you don't see it as success, that's fine. I'm not you and you're not me. So when it comes to the other things, you can move me on them. I do move. I do change. I do get better as time goes by, as the thing says, being better people. I could have turned out to be a worse man by continuing to go back and forth to prison.
That's a good point. But when the bar is that low, I mean,
but when you raise the bar so high that you stand there in front of the city council, begging them to throw you in jail on those warrants or those non-warrants that have been around for a decade now, and nobody's brought a warrant for failure to appear. Am I special?
yes,
How?
because I mean, you're unique in a good way.
The
You're also in Iowa.
The only reason that you could think I'm special is because somehow I've learned how it works and I stand on those principles. Because if they're principled people and they think what they have on their record is true and correct, why am I not sitting in jail? I'm in the same community.
So, do you think you have trauma?
Absolutely.
Have you ever tried to clean it up? Have you ever tried tried a trauma cleaner?
Absolutely. That's what I talked to producer, and he mentioned it to you yesterday, Moose. The message. See, when you're of the age to provide a mess, when you're of the age to put your words forth, you better make sure you know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the mess. You're the one putting the shit out.
I need you to be more specific. Was that to Moose?
No, it's to everybody. A man's intellect is limited and biased by his vocabulary. So if you want to sit there and chat and run your mouth, making all kinds of false accusations, whether they be bold statements or in question form like Brown's boy, it doesn't matter. People should be able to see that. But instead, they're driven by it. They join it. They're part of that drama circle. They want the drama.
They do, but you don't, El Perro.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Moose, are you here?
Of course, I'm here.
Do you think El Perro wants the drama a little bit?
Wants maybe not wants it, but I think he does it.
I enter these arenas to try to open people's eyes. That's it. I do not want to be part of this drama. I can leave and be just fine.
All right, so Perro, you are a manifesting generator. Do you know about human design? We ran your astrology. Have we ran your human design before?
I believe you have.
Okay, so this newest model, this newest update with Gemini 3 has been much better with this sort of information. It's one of the big things I noticed right away when I was trying some new stuff out with it yesterday. So manifesting generators are the most, action-oriented, right? But most people are generators, right? So it is the most common thing to be a generator. There's 4 options, right? This is something that we shout out to J Sauce. She used to come around here. I haven't seen her in a hot minute, but she'd be able to say this in a nice British accent, which would be much better than my voice. However, so you have a direct connection to the throat center, which makes you faster and more impulsive. You're designed to move quickly. You have a non-linear way of doing things. You might skip steps, multitask, or juggle several projects all at once. When you are in the zone, you are a powerhouse of efficiency. It sounds about right so far.
Yep.
I'm also a manifesting generator. So we got somebody else in the house. Who do we have joining us today? How cool would it be if it was J Sauce? It would be the coolest thing ever. We have Nach Ikeda in the house. What's up, Nach?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's going great, man. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Nice,
Greetings, Nach.
sir.
What's going on, Moose? Al Perro.
Greetings. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah, just wanted to stop by and say hello. I got a few minutes before I have to head out for my night shift, so decided to stop by and say hi. How's it going, Landry? What's going on over there? You're getting into human design.
Yes.
I got into that a little bit.
Yes, the newest update for Gemini is much better at it than it was before. So we're running through Perro. Perro is very interesting. I know y'all have history, and he's a fascinating character. I got my first week of kind of being like, damn, Perro, you're pissing me off. So he had not pissed me off until this week. So now I'm looking into the why. What makes him him, right? who puts them in this space? Some people would say, Landry, why do you need a tool to tell you how people operate? Well, maybe I'm just too dumb to do it on my own, or maybe it enhances my ability to. What are your thoughts on human design? What are your? Are you a generator?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you.
I'm a projector, 3-5. It's what do you call it? Like martyr heretic, I think. 3-5.
Right on.
You know about all the different archetypes, I guess. You got like the manifestors, the projectors, the manifesting generators, and reflectors are the 5. I think I was told that in the future there will be more, but that's what we got to work with for now.
Absolutely.
Do you know what you are?
I do. So yeah, me and Pero were both manifesting generators, and we maybe that's why we have some friction, right? But it's a fascinating sort of thing. The reflectors, I believe, is 3% of the population. So those are the especially rare.
1%.
1%.
1%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. So we're looking for anyone out there.
Is like next rarest is manifesting or manifestors, and then the projectors are like 21%. So manifestors is like 7%. Reflectors is like 1%, 1 to 2%. And I met a few of them. They have no defined centers. That's what makes them a reflector. So from what I remember, it's like, they're kind of like the canary in a coal mine. Like if you put them in a community, if they kind of turn psychotic, then there's something wrong with that community. Something to that effect, What's interesting about human design for me is that I think there's some truth to it, but it's just the way people work. We're designed. We are all designed in a particular way. I mean, like our DNA is an expression of who we are. Like a Chihuahua cannot be a golden retriever or any other animal. Like they are what they are, because they're designed in a particular way. And human beings are not so much different from that,
So we have someone in the back that I believe is going to be nothing but cordial right now. I don't think that they're going to be chaotic, crazy, anything wild. I think they're going to be very calm and sweet. All right, I guess not.
What did he say? No fuck stick?
I don't know. Does somebody? I feel like people do this whole thing where they grip to get people off. We should grip to get them on. I don't know if I want to deal with them for free.
Who is it?
This guy.
Yeah. I'm talking to the squint. If you're asking me who I'm talking to, sir, what the fuck would you think I am?
Super disrespectful.
It's okay. Just let him be. It's fine.
Let me be.
I've been on the internet before.
Let me be. Let me be. You know who I am?
You're Josh.
Josh? What are you talking about?
That's who I thought it was.
That guy married a chink over in Venezuela. I know Josh pretty well. What are you talking about?
You married a chink in Venezuela?
That's no. I don't like Asians.
I genuinely do not know who this person is.
You've never met Imperius? He's like Snafu.
Oh, Snafu, please.
He's like the same type.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like,
it's
almost as like your insults.
Can't you tell? He stutters.
No. But your insults don't insult me. Like your passive, like equivalent.
I wasn't even trying to insult you.
So. Your equivalences are like. That's what insult. Like I'm as far beyond snafu as whites are beyond blacks.
Yeah,
like you gotta stop this. I mean, I'm serious
at this point. Jesus Christ.
What do you want? Is the question. What do you want?
What was that movie? Oh, God, I'm trying to remember them. I want your. God, what movie? I want your blood, and I want your soul. And I want them both right now.
All right. Well, that wasn't very funny or interesting. So do you have anything to add to the conversation? How about this? We're going to do a challenge for you, Imperius, right? Can you bring the energy and prove to me that what I said in the beginning of the stream today about how people who can't get the attention that they want and crave by being a normal human being have to do shit like this? Can you prove me wrong? Or is this all you got?
What, you don't like Tombstone? The movie's great.
Tombstone Pizza? I don't eat pizza.
No, the movie, you nerd.
I fucking know, dude. Y'all are so... Nobody on the internet all of a sudden has ever heard of like dry humor, sarcasm.
I don't buy pizza from the grocery store. That's like a sin, dude. I'm Italian.
Yeah, you don't sin, right?
Not like that. That's damnation right there. That's like putting ketchup on a pizza, or using pizza with a fork.
Is this all you have, dude? Jeez, man.
It's like get yawn.
We have Nachiketa here.
What was going on? I missed the last 5 minutes.
You didn't
Oh,
miss
just
much.
ass hat, fucktard.
Should we make an Imperious song?
He wants attention, so I'm sure he'll enjoy it.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Do you think he'd pay for it?
I don't think anybody would.
Oh yeah, they would. People pay for all sorts of songs.
Dude, I'm on hundreds of channels, dude. I don't need the attention here.
You keep coming here though.
Well, because you're kind of like a fascinating stuff. Like I said, you look like a queer Alexander Grace, and it kind of fascinates me.
What
Who?
the fuck?
A queer who?
That red pill Alexander. He's like a pseudo. Look him up on YouTube. Dude, I guarantee you that you will actually
Okay, hold
say
on.
you did.
Just let's. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna work together here, right? We're gonna work together for something better, okay? Do you know like a way to describe yourself to me in a way that would be accurate without revealing yourself because you're a pussy anonymous circle?
Oh, I'm not anonymous. People know who I am here.
Okay, well we don't know what you look like, so give us a rough description, right? Why don't you make a little AI circle where you can give
I'm
us
like
a
5'10", 160 to 165.
I don't care how much you weigh.
Well,
I'm not
you're
trying
a
to-
description. I'm giving you a description.
Okay, go ahead. Continue. Excuse me.
Can I get? I mean, what? How else would you begin a police, description? Would you say? You'd say height, weight, eye color, hair color.
165. Do you got big legs?
No, no.
Of course, you ask him if he has a big dick. Jesus.
No. I have 3 legs, sir. But if you're, my wrestling coach used to.
Hold on, wait. Before you say that, you're 6. No, you're 5'10". So you're
5'10",
actually
160,
so you're actually 5'8" because everyone knows everyone adds 2 inches.
Please, if I was 5'8", I'd already offed myself. Can I?
What color's your hair?
Now it's like light brown. It was blonde when I was young.
Okay, what kind of hair? What's your? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get this wrong.
Like like the white guy hair. I mean, I just cut it to like a
like
3
me?
or 3 to 5 on my all around. No, you got like long queerish hair, dude. Like,
Yeah, you have long queerish hair. What does that mean?
dude, I have like a military. I just buzz it all around, 3 or 5.
Look how happy you made Nachiketa. He loves this.
Well, look, dude. I mean, I'm so entertaining. I have thousands of people that send money to different shows to keep me on. So
All right, hold on. Let somebody prove that point right now. He's backstage until further notice. I'm waiting for one of those people to show themselves to be real. Until then, I'm not going to believe him. So we have a claim here, right? Claim has been made. People pay tons of money to do things, kick him off, bring him back, bring him on, get rid of him. I'm waiting. How are you, Nachiketa? Sorry about that. Instant migraine.
No, I'm good. You do your thing. I'm just here to hang out for a little bit before I go to work. I do find your channel entertaining, and I have no issues with you, so I'm hanging out. So we still got an opportunity to fuck it all up, as people usually do.
There's always an opportunity to fuck it all up.
There's always an opportunity for people to say shit that they don't mean and make claims and just talking nonsense as per usual. So
all right,
but
before
this is the internet as well.
Before I kick you backstage again, unless you convince me otherwise, right? You can engage in the conversation. You can give us all your birth.
The fact that I'm bro, let's be real here. No, Landry, the fact that I'm even here, you should be thanking me because I will make your channel bigger by being here.
Are you like Mike Cerrone to where you have like a bunch of like
dude, do you know what Mike Cerrone said after I left? Like me and CT did the whole kickoff thing that I'm doing all this whole role play now.
No,
like you know what Mike Cerrone
Connecticut
said in the
do?
backstage to CT? I'll be
How
your
would I
new
know?
Imperious. I promise. I won't say anything against the Trinity of you, Bob and Gimpy, but I'll be Imperious. But then you can control me, not like him. Get the fuck, dude. You don't know dude. This is what Landry, like, this is what I'm seriously telling you. Like, you don't know who the fuck I am and how I know.
I know that you say the same things every time. There's no when it comes down to the basic human attention, right? There's no way the repetition is entertaining to anyone. You don't know who I am. You don't know. Can I not get a description of who you are? Just like let's know. We started right.
Well,
you failed.
Well, I want to know why it's important that we know him.
Because I'm your god, you crackhead.
Yeah, see, it's that popularity contest I was talking about.
Yeah, that's life. That's democracy, you idiot. It's a popularity
Yeah,
contest.
that's democracy. It's not nature. It's democracy.
No, nature. I would have already thrown you off a cliff because I'm 3 times your size.
Oh, you're 3 times my size.
Hold on. That means that, let's do the math here. That means that, El Perro, are you 2 foot tall? 2 feet tall?
I'm
like 60 pounds.
I'm literally 52 pounds.
All right, so we're gonna do this little test. Okay, you have one more chance, right? You're gonna have to answer questions, right? Your job. I'm programming you like an AI here, right? Your job as an AI is to only respond to questions. Do not say anything else about anything. Period. Only speak when spoken to. All right, let's see if my AI works. All right.
Shut the fuck up! I'll do this to every
my
other
AI's
show.
broken. My AI's broken. Damn it.
Hey, can I respond to this RT real quick?
Please do.
RT, I'm more than happy to bring you and talk about upward vector over at my channel anytime you want. You just let me know. Well, we can talk about it. And then I think I banned RT because he was being a bit of a troll, but maybe he changed. I don't know.
Dude, you guys are the reason.
Maybe that's the reason why he's hanging out over here or whatever. That's fine. And like RT and I were kind of on the same page for on a lot of stuff. He's Mandela affected like I am, and but he's really into the Bible, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we've had some good moments, but he was being a bit of a, I don't know, contrarian or difficult, let's just say, over at my channel. So I decided to ban him. And if he wants to talk about it, about the upper vector, but it is demonstrably upper vector. I mean, this idea of gravity does not exist. I mean, but it's not a topic for this channel. So I'm not really interested in having this discussion over here, but that's fine.
So we have a super chat, $20. Shout out to T-Rains. What are we at now? So for your song, I believe that we're like $90. Is that right? Does it sound right? You've done 90 towards your 150. So we got to play. Should we do the whale one, or no? We're gonna save the whale. We got to save the whale song for the whale. And go Thank you so much. Oh my God, we'd love to see it. And she says, so here's $20 towards my song, and Imperius is 5'6", 130 pounds. DJM can beat him up. DJM can beat him up. I think so too. I think you're right. We also have D4 in the house. It's good to see you, D4. The 20 only got paid because I was here. A little dumb shit. Yeah, it's because Imperius, T-Rains has never donated when you weren't here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's never happened before. It's only you, Imperius. You're the only one. I like it though. People, when they have this sort of ego, it's fascinating to see. If it makes you feel better, I'll let you have that. Right? Keep thinking it. And I also love the lowercase LOL. LOL.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here, Imperius. I didn't really enjoy that segment, but hey, $20 is $20. Peace be with you.
All right. Sorry, but we're talking about RT. So RT, and Imperius, we gave you a chance to do something different, right? If everyone loves you so much, you know what else they'd love? They'd love to see you surprise them. People love novelty. But what I was saying about RT was that he's never been on panel here, right? Because I think he's had a rough go around with some other places. So I was saying that you might be one of those places.
He has no place else to go. He's got nowhere else to go.
Well, I hope he's here for other reasons than that, but it could be true.
I hope he comes up. I mean, he used to come up on panel. He came up on my panel a few times. So
I've never seen
you've never seen.
I like him. We talk offline. I mean, sometimes he's I can't even say he's responsible for some concepts that I actually run with.
Yeah, he's got some cows, and I mean, like I said, like a lot of things that we thing about is like a lot of people, probably 95% of the stuff they are in agreement with. We all hate the government. I think this place is a kind of like a kind of fucked up place. There's a lot of stuff that we probably do agree with. So
what's up, Vibe? You vibing today?
Oh man, I
am absolutely vibing today. I figure if I'm on the thumbnail, I should show up at least for 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, you have to. It's a great tool, right? I was running through. I was like, who do I want to throw in there today? And I was looking at people who I was mad at, and I was like, I don't want it to be those people because that's too easy. But sometimes it's just someone random. They don't even come up in the conversation just to,
It's good because I was like, is this going to be a video trashing me, or is this going to be a video just because I'm on it, or like?
Definitely be careful. You do look like juicy potential, right? To trash, but so far I haven't been inspired to do that, right? Some people say that that's all I do. Even Moose here has been like, "Hey man, I really worry about being like partners because I feel like you might come after me, and I don't want to deal with that. It's just I'd rather not." And I'm like, dude, if you think that it's just anyone, like a free for all, willy nilly, then you don't realize it's like it's always going to have an intention to it, right? It's always going to be drama is only powerful and important when it has intention, I think, right? And then that's where people get into their modes. And that is where we started here. I know we were talking about human design when you came up. Almost called Jim Perius. Not Chiquetta, but I do want to kind of pick your brain on this, right? To where people and they react in this way. I'm sure you've seen it, right? Where they want to go IRL. They want to drag someone's ass to court. I think Snafu's going to court tomorrow with Bad Apple Media. And they just want to take things to the extreme. I've heard people brag about people dying. Like, yeah, I so died and like I was a part of it. It's like, it's very bizarre. What do you think is the root cause in these people's psychology that leads to this sort of behavior?
I'm not even going to try to speculate about the root cause of people are on a spectrum. They're very different from each other, and they have different interests. Somehow, for some reason, that people have coalesced here, on the internet and your channel, other channels, and there are like core members, I would say, who are very much embedded in or invested better of like what everybody else is doing and thinking and talking about and this. And there are people who are like kind of orbiting around all that, and there are other people who are like predominantly only going to be in the chat. Like, we've never heard them speak. We don't know who they are. I don't even know if our pool is a man or a woman, like as an example. I don't know.
Right now?
No, I don't think he or she
I've talked to Arpul. Arpul's a man.
Oh yeah, okay.
A feminine man, but a man.
But he's around. He's like everywhere all at once somehow.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't like his voice, right? That's why he doesn't go. That's his claim, right? But I don't know, man. I think he's also sort of. I think he plays for all teams, right? To where where he sends people different, and a lot of people do that, where they send to the locals, they send all their clip compilations of so and so, and then they do it to the other side too. And so if you spend too much time on panel, I think you'll probably get called out for that. Just like, hey, dude. Because I'd also, when you're on Team Talcott, I don't know if we've ever talked about Talcott, right? No, we probably have, right? I mean, I don't know. There's only so much we can say about him. He does the same thing.
What is there to talk about?
Well, it's just, I guess, as the first point here, right, in this space online, where if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met any of these panelverse people. But I think that I got the rug pulled out from under me in the beginning because I had no idea that everyone just says shit and nobody really means it. But we can go there, right? So as far as your show goes, you started doing this as just a way to communicate. You got into the Earth stuff. I've made my criticisms of the Earth things very, very clear, right? So you have Vibe here. He's a very godly person. What shape is the Earth, Vibe?
Round.
Okay.
Like a circle?
Like a globe?
Sphere.
I need like a buzzer.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Are you into conspiracies at all, Vibe? Like, if you don't mind, like, nice to meet you, and it's good to talk with you. But are you into any conspiracies? Is there a conspiracy that you kind of adhere to?
I don't look at it as much as conspiracies, as more as human nature, right? I actually just did a debate, and I know you guys were trashing Sarah's channel a little bit, or maybe not trashing, but kind of saying like there's some crazies on there. But I did a one-on-one, and I was taking the affirmative on there is no deep state. And obviously we know deep state and conspiracy theories go hand in hand. I think there's a lot of, I think things were done in secret that have been exposed. I think government has done bad things. I think they were hidden. And at that time it was conspiracy, but I don't think there's a master grand plan conspiracy. I don't think the moon landing was a conspiracy. I don't think the Earth being a sphere is a conspiracy.
So you think that we
I'm
went
not
to the moon?
much a conspiracy theorist, but I can concede that evil has happened in the past that has been covered up from us.
Well, and evil continues to happen now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's happening right now while we're talking. I don't think it's stopped. But I think we do have watchdogs in place. Maybe not as good as we need. I think I don't think there's a deep cabal running the world. And
Why not?
I do believe that there's secret things happening right now that are probably against maybe our wishes of our country, and secret things happening in other countries that are probably against the locals of that country. So once again, yes, secret things are happening, but I don't think there's a global cabal running the show.
You don't know.
making
You don't know
everything
for sure, but you just think, right?
Well, actually, I can say I kind of know, because there's three markers for this stuff, right? And I know that it's one of these false what do you call it in debates? Because I'm new on all the terms of the debates.
Equivalence, false equivalence.
Yeah, where like, hey, they're so good at it, you'll never know, right?
Okay.
And therefore,
Okay.
it's unprovable. But we can look at patterns, and and one of the patterns would be, if we had a cabal, would be a stability of a certain agenda that continues to happen across terms. Presidents not having leaks, presidents not being able to fire by email, all sorts of things. But I didn't come in here to actually make this particular debate yet. You just asked me, am I conspiracist? No. But
No,
I
I
do
mean,
know
like,
that bad shit happens.
no. We began this conversation by the simple question of Landry asking you what shape the Earth is, and you said it's a sphere, right? And then you went on a diatribe about how there are no conspiracies and there are no deep states and stuff like that.
No,
so you were
you asked
expressing
me,
your
am I
point
a
of view.
conspiracy? Do I believe in conspiracies? You asked
I
me that
asked
question.
you. Yeah, I did ask you if you believed in any conspiracy.
Hold on. Before we continue the conversation,
Oh, fuck's sake.
Stop, fucker.
This guy just wants attention, you know?
No,
Like,
no,
that's
dude, I
all
have
you-
so
you're
much
just
attention. No, it's that
interrupting.
sir, what is the shadow? You want to have an intelligent conversation? Okay, I'll engage you. I'll play. I'll bite. What's the shadow?
Nobody's talking to you.
Yeah, get out of here.
Nobody
G4.
was even talking to you. You just interjected.
It's
Okay, that's
just
fine.
Wait your turn, Imperius.
Yes, I can do
Yeah,
it.
Very
yeah.
nice, actually.
I'll just say one more thing, but like, let me ask Vibe a question. Like, what are your thoughts about the September 11th event? You know, over in New York City. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you think that just happened? You know, like as it's been presented, do you think the buildings came down at a free fall speed because of what?
A terrorist attack?
Yeah, because of planes crashing into them. Okay, all right. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Well, you think it was a terrorist attack for real? I didn't catch that. Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
said. You don't think anything else was going on over there?
In that particular, so I don't. My personal thing, I'm an engineer.
Yeah,
I like structure. I like technology. I can go into big like discussions on AI and where we messed up in the past, the future. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist.
That's fine. You made it clear already. So the question still remains.
So I mean, I'll
did the
research it
buildings
and
come down?
I'll give you an in-depth discussion on that. But I am not well versed, except for that. Yeah, it makes sense that they would. Looking at the politics, it's amazing that we let them do that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some back end politics where some of the United States actually knew this was actually happening and maybe even using it to promote. Right? I'm not going to oppose any of that because I don't have that data.
If they knew that something was going to happen like that and then they kept it a secret, wouldn't that be considered a quote unquote a conspiracy?
Yeah, the reason I went on my diatribe that you said is I was just laying out my worldview on that, right, and where I come from. And once again, like I said, I'm willing to dig into this stuff and concede if it doesn't make sense and not concede if it does make sense. But yeah, I wasn't coming on here to do a conspiracy theory debate today.
All right. All right.
I like to be knowledgeable when I'm talking, and I hate to not be knowledgeable when I'm talking.
Right.
So the questions you're asking me, I'm just going to have to say I'm a dumbass right now on that. Nothing I ever dug into.
Okay. As you wish.
And I'm assuming you have.
I mean, I've done my share of looking into it, and I came to my own conclusions about it. But just wanted to know where you were at, because you already know that
I'd love to hear those conclusions, right? Like,
you don't believe that there are deep states and stuff like that. But
can I ask a question? Since I've been listening, can I ask a genuine question? Why does it matter?
Why does anything matter then?
No. There a lot of things matter, but why does this matter?
Why does anything you say matter, Imperius?
I'm asking a simple question. Now look at how triggered you are, like women. I asked a genuine question, like you want to be an intellectual.
Look how triggered you are, like women.
You're like a woman, dude.
You're right.
No wonder you're an autist. Relax.
I'm in touch with my feminine side.
No, you're an autist.
You know what that's done my whole life? It's gotten me laid. Because women, they don't want anyone like you, Imperius. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I would say that, it is important, right? So, like I said, I haven't studied this. So let's say the truth that was given to the public is not the actual truth. And the truth is the government actually orchestrated this. And I'm just making this up, by the way, because I haven't studied it. So I'm just making up a made up story that the government felt we need to bring the people together. We knew this was going to happen, and we let it happen, and it did bring people together. I mean, Americans, when that happened, became stronger together, right? I'm making the story up, but maybe it's true. It made them stronger. It made us come together, even cross races and sociological groups came together. Like, we're Americans, we're coming together, right? So if things are like that are happening at the cost of death of Americans, then yeah, we should care about that. I would agree that we should care about that, right? So yeah, it does make a difference, and it is something we should care about. There's other things that are stupid, like staring at goats with the CIA, right? In that movie, we did do that, but I don't think actually whether we didn't do that or do that makes a difference, and that's something stupid, whether it happened or not. There are certain things that are relevant and important to how we grow as a culture together, and there's certain things that are just government doing stupid stuff.
Good night, T4.
Is it something, do you think it's something that is a social conditioning so that we can become more democratizing as a nation, which would be more like mob rule?
I've been thinking about that, and I don't have the answer, but it does kind of go to my deep state thing too, as well, in the sense that I kind of believe that most of us just kind of follow, right? So Andrew Wilson has this debate of force doctrine runs everything, right? And I actually disagree. I think force doctrine is the backup. I think that the social contract, which is made up, by the way, that most people, based off of shame, stigma, not following the common good, will follow the social contract, and force doctrine is the backup. That's when the 1% doesn't follow, right? So ultimately, that actually means most of us are not making the decisions. There's a few of us that just, lack of a better phrase, portray an alpha, and the other people are afraid of being shamed or not included or not part of, and they just follow, right? And in that particular case, like what we're looking at with the changes in our what as Christians say, the degeneracy of sleeping around, not getting married, abortions and things like that. It's not that they wanted that or they believe that. It's just that they're just following the social norms and practicing that. And that can look like a deep state where somebody can say, you know what, Hollywood's producing this, and behind Hollywood is this group of people that are trying to reduce the production of, I don't know. Some of this stuff is, I just think, nature, and it looks like deep state. I think a lot of deep state looks is actually nature. But once again,
why are we?
I was at my debate against there is no deep state. It's only that people go too crazy with it.
In genuine,
you're putting the audience to sleep, vibe.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Can I ask the question of why does it matter if freedom is an illusion? Like, why do we? This is what you guys have the basic philosophy on this.
Hey,
discussion.
I need one favor from you, Pierce, and this is where I'm going to be reasonable here. Can you try to be a little bit like just more monotone?
I'm trying.
I don't like this version of the voice. I just don't know if I can
I'm
handle
trying
it.
to, but it drives me crazy that we're still at like a fifth grade level on this. Look, whether it's a deep state or not, who cares? You're owned.
Okay,
Everybody's owned. Can I ask? You want me to fuck? This is what I'm saying.
Oh my
You're
God,
not. You're not in good faith, dude. You're
I'm
not
not
good
good-
faith in anything that you do. Don't claim your good faith. I'm trying to intellectually engage with somebody, and you can't handle it because I'm going to make you look how stupid you actually are.
Is his voice like nails in the chalkboard for anyone else?
Yeah,
Just
too
me?
bad I have more fans than you, and I can have a bigger channel in a day than you do.
Then
Spend
do
your
it.
life kissing my feet, moron.
Then do it. Show us.
Why? I don't need the money, and I have a life.
So
why are you here?
What you're saying is basically,
Dude, he can't. No, dude, he can't intellectually engage. Honestly, it's fine.
Who can't? Vibe?
You.
You're not even talking to me.
You're a woman.
Voice
I'm
doesn't like
asking
that.
a deeper philosophical question, and you can't handle it.
I love that though. You're a woman. You're a woman, dude. You're a woman. Okay. What am I not engaging with?
The difference is
what
you're gay.
question?
I'm
what
not.
question- Okay, come on. Come on. I'll give you one more chance here. What question?
No. You don't give me anything. I can have your channel removed. I'll have you banned on every panel.
Oh, you can have my channel removed. You know how they do that though, right? They come on your show and they say crazy shit so they can go back and report them on your show saying crazy shit. Isn't that funny that they do that? All right, bye, Imperius. Well, this is the last chance you got. Sorry, everyone. You know, I like to give people a chance here, right? I really do. But, you know, he did okay there for a second. He was quiet. And I'll give him credit. You know, Vibe, sometimes you're a little long-winded, right? A little long-winded. And so what I'm getting out of this is that you're a bit of a normie, right? So here's what I'll sort of, I guess, unless there's anything that y'all didn't get to. I saw, you know, Nash looked a little bit bored there as well. Is there anything that y'all wanted to clear up before I kind of try to redirect?
I got to get going, but thanks for having me up. But
all right, man, yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Nice meeting you, Vive. We'll chat again at some point, okay?
Be blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to discuss 9/11 and get your views.
Sounds good. Take care. Bye, everybody.
All right. And what the fuck is that guy's name? Speakeasy. Yeah. Okay. So I'm working on something in the background with Moose right now.
I think Imperius was getting to a deeper philosophical point, but I was trying to shut down all the debates because I didn't come on here to debate, although I'm willing. But I think
you said you don't believe in astrology.
So
that's one thing that I'm interested in. Is that you don't believe in astrology.
Yeah.
Do you know what time you were born? Hey, $95 towards the T-Rain's goal. Woo! Sorry, go ahead. Oh wait, no, hold on. My new song. Whoops.
Yeah.
Should I do the
Early
DJ
in the
one
morning.
or? Okay, is that all you know? Early in the morning.
What's that?
You don't know the actual time?
Yeah, like 3:10 or something like that.
Okay, put it in the back chat. I believe that we can change your mind here live on the air.
All right, let's try.
Grey Rock, any thoughts?
It's been good so far.
What is it?
The show.
I didn't ask your thoughts on the show. I just meant thoughts in general.
Thoughts in general. I wanted another follow-up question to Vibe in relations to my last question and the social conditioning. I call it a popularity contest, as you relegated to the movie industry and stars and everybody wanted to follow them. Would you agree? It's a social conditioning and a popularity contest?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, there is a difference between popularity and tribes. So I would say, even when you break up into tribes, there is always a tribe that is more jealous of another tribe, and that would probably be the most popular or most successful tribe. So ultimately, each tribe is trying to outdo the other tribe, but we do find satisfaction within our own tribes, and we don't have to. Some tribes don't have to be better than another tribe. So when you find the people that are equal-minded with you and share the same feelings, then you want to be a part of that tribe. You will follow the leader or the most popular person of that tribe, even though it might not be the most popular tribe. So it does break down into subgroups.
Correct. And that would be relative to like the Federation of Tribes, which is actually what this federal government is actually founded on. I believe it was 5 main national tribes in the southeast of the United States. And they had different territories, and they understood that crossing those boundaries, one tribe had a population that would be sustained by the environment. Whereas if another tribe crossed into that environment and took from their sustenance, that was the reason for war. It wasn't to do better or be better. It was necessarily a matter of survival according to a population. Do you see where social conditioning takes over?
Sorry.
When a population.
Sorry, my internet cut out for like 10 seconds. I got.
When a population.
Yeah, no. So I don't remember us in the United States fighting. Unless you're talking about like the Indian tribes prior to us coming here.
Correct. That's where our government founded its actual federal formation. And when we think about it, in reality, what I see in history through my research is that when populations become so large that they overtake and overconsume their own local natural resources, they have to naturally expand upon larger land. This is only, of course, natural because the population grows, not because it's a social conditioning, but a matter of survival. So when we get into situations where one tribe is larger than the other, it's not a matter of popularity.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of true.
Did we lose him?
All right. Sorry.
So this is going to be a fun one. Today I'm at the shout out to Fat Landry.
Okay, I think we're good now. Yeah, so
are you going to cry?
As far as expanding into other territories because of resources and things like that, that's done. I mean, there's no more of that. We've already expanded to the whole world, right?
Right,
so
and that's what I'm
leading.
And that's what I'm leading to is now that we have this this overcoming of natural resources and survival, it's all a matter of conditioning, like what's his name was saying earlier, or maybe it was you, 1%. Yeah, you said earlier, 1% that's left that does and wants to stand up on their own are the ones that are outed from society.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it, and just following.
So we've literally gotten rid of what's known as the id, the instinctual drive. That's the id entity, which is where we get today's modern thing of identity. The ego is taking over, and we see it en masse, a popularity contest. Everybody wanting to be a star.
You know, I don't think everybody wants to be a star. I mean, ultimately, I would say maybe us up here talking, like most of us on YouTube, and myself included, like to hear ourselves talk. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't come up, or we think we have something important to say. It could be true, it could be not. But I don't think the rest of the world really thinks necessarily that way. I think a lot of the world really is just like, I want to feed my kids. I want to make sure my kids are okay. I want to have a happy life and just live okay. And whatever is happening with politics, like Imperius said, what does it matter? Well, for those people, none of it matters. They just want to keep on just producing children, having a good life, being fed, and being taken care of. The rest of us, meanwhile, that are like overthinking everything, are the ones trying to like do something and be popular or be better at somebody else than, you know. But I don't think that's the majority of the population. I really don't think that is.
Well, that still leads to the social conditioning again, though, and particularly in the natural sense, because you see much smaller families today. Yeah, they may want to have children, but do they want to have 13 children like my dad or my dad's family? He had 13 brothers and sisters. My mom had 8 brothers and sisters. So I came from 2 families that were large, and it seems that those families are getting smaller and smaller. So again, we see an area where nature is being consumed by the social conditioning.
Yeah, now we're talking about a really bigger issue and so many different like separate debates that can be put together. Since we have moved to this world, so I live in California. It's almost impossible for a medium income family in California for only one person to work and be able to afford a car and a house. Both the mom and dad have to work. Now, what happens when both the mom and dad have to work? Well, they're not together as much and they don't have people to raise the kids, and therefore the amount of kids they have decreases, right? And there are a bunch of things that cause this. I mean, we can go through so many different all the like blood sport debates you see. 50% of them probably are based on like why this is happening. I don't think it's a good prescription for our country. And we can see third world countries don't have these same labors. They're just literally trying to feed their families. They're not working on a dual house income or anything like that. They have a whole family at home. They have grandma, grandpa, brothers and sisters that are all able to, take care of the kids. They're producing a lot more kids because they have that family structure. But because of what we're trying to live to in the United States, we've removed that family structure just to give the living better than what my parents gave me, right? But part of this is feminism.
And the living are the ones that are out there working all the jobs in between preschool and retirement homes, because that's where we put all those people. Other than those, is the children, they're now going to preschools and daycares and public education rather than staying at home and learning not only from mom, but mom and brothers and sisters and dad and mom and grandma and grandpa.
I agree with you.
Their natural cultural knowledges, which all come with reading, writing, and arithmetic automatically. Okay, that's one of the first things we teach our children is how to speak. Then we send them off to a public education system that we think is teaching them the definitions and stuff, but literally they only come home with spelling charts, learn how to spell it. That's what they're curious about. They want to remember how to spell it. Don't learn what dictionaries, thesaurus, and etymology and etiology and all that. Don't worry about that. We'll tell you what's true. That's a social conditioning that teaches everybody in an indoctrinated system to remember what has already been said by somebody else, rather than being autodidactic and learning from your own firsthand observances. And that is the problem. Everybody's getting rid of that, or has pretty much gotten rid of the id, the instinctual drive to observe naturally, because they've been literally a technology, an educational technology has induced them to believe in it.
Pero, do you think that you want more or less people to hear that message that you just gave to me? More or less? Would you rather have 0 people hear it, 1 person hear it, 100 people?
I would rather have more people hear it, but I know many.
That's what people want when they want clout. It's the same thing. A lot of the time. I just want you to recognize that. Yes. In the way that you use the word.
Don't sit there and not give me the platform to deny.
I've been listening. Well, I've been listening a lot. I've been speaking very little on this platform. That's all I'm saying.
A message. I don't care where it's heard. I hope more people hear it. It's the message. I don't give a fuck whether they hear it from me or somebody else. Do not try to make it that it's clout for me. It is not.
And the way that you use that word, I asked you earlier if you knew what it meant, and you said not really. It's a popularity thing. We just heard. I've been sitting here listening, right? Listening in the way that y'all talked about things that I'm trying to just provide some sort of thoughts about, which is you said that everyone who gets online wants to hear their own voice, right? I came into this with the almost opposite experience. I was trying to work for someone. I've been doing this, I guess, because people are difficult to work with, including myself. But I think that when we get in this mindset of we don't want more people to hear the message, because we think it's going to look a certain way, there's a difference between wanting to be able to communicate your message in a way that is better and more presentable, which is, I think, something that you want to do it in a better way, right? And that would lead to more numbers, more people seeing.
Go look at my channel and tell me how much a better way that I produce all of my videos, over 1,300 of them. Tell me how much better they're produced than what I present on these panels, because I guarantee you they're 10 times what I present on this panel. It's strict research, resources, and showing you. I go step by step, I talk about it, and I let anybody rebut it, and then I shut it down.
Yes.
And to back both of you guys up a little bit here, like I'd like to reach somebody. I don't want to be talking to a panel of 0 or 1 or 0 viewers, right? Because then my message is not said. But my message, I don't have to have a Destiny level subscribers. If I can talk to 10 people and 10 people actually talk to 10 more people and talk to 10 more people and 10 more people, then it's not about subscribers. It's about at least getting it out to somebody, right? I told you, Landry, like on my show that I was doing, my 7 episodes, they're not the best. I want them to be better. I thought I was failing horribly, and I had 2 people reach out to me saying, "Hey, I'm in a marriage with a Christian woman. I never really thought I was going to do this. Then I watched your channel, and it made me start like listening more." And I was like, "Okay, I hit the 2 people. Like that's all I needed, right?" Now, obviously, it's great, but it's not Grey Rock, it's El Pedro, right? And I actually are in a really good conversation. So I kind of hate that you just changed it to clout and numbers, because I think he's really onto a really good point here that I actually wanted to address. And then you're like, "Oh,
so here's my thought process, right?
Numbers, right?"
No, I'm just responding to something that was said about 10, 15 minutes ago. So I'm just, jumping in late. Obviously I hadn't spoken in a while, and I was just, getting to the point where I'm realizing a sort of situation that happens, right? Both of y'all are here, right? You're here in this place where it's still figuring out what it is, right? Pero, we had some conflict this week that is relevant to me, right? And in a way that I can understand, that makes it, it gives me some sort of skin in the game. The conversation you're having, on your own, that's well and done. I've heard it 1,000 times from Pero, and I think that me and Pero's disconnect, right? It could bring some sort of positivity, right? Where we've tried, I guess you can say, working together in many ways, right? And you've came to me previously about things that I believe are going to do, and this is where I get stuck, right? The conversation y'all are having, it could be great. Is it moving the needle? Maybe, but I've learned that my purpose here is to kind of push even when it's uncomfortable. And so that's what I'm doing here is when I see Pero, and he's very passionate about this stuff, right? And he goes to places that, he does this, and he has this thing in his show, right, where he says, is it better here or better there? It's better there. Absolutely. But do people show up? Is there something that keeps them there? Is it the algorithm? Who knows? I'm not sure. I want to provide an opportunity for you both to realize that this is sort of the game, right? The game is getting out of this stage, right? Because we're still in this stage. So anytime I feel myself in it, and I totally just say, I don't give a shit what's going on here, and I let loose, then I go back to where I started, which was not taking ownership over something. So that's why I interjected.
Well, and you should. It's your show, so I apologize for even getting a little angry at you, right? Like, you get to do what you want on this. And I get your point. And I also kind of wanted to address his last statement too.
Yeah, go for it.
I have a house in the southern part of the Philippines, near the Muslim states in the Philippines. And when I go there, my next door neighbor, I hung out with them, and they're really cool. They're just awesome, and the whole family lives in the house. They don't ship their parents to old folks' homes. They don't ship their kids out. They have brothers, sisters, mothers, everybody raising them. And I was talking to the eldest daughter there, and we're good friends, and we're there once a year. And she started crying. She's like, "You must think that this is the most worst place on the planet." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You've got all the kids running around in the streets, laughing and playing. You've got good morals. You've got full family structure. Everybody's watching after grandpa, grandma, and the kids. Like, your family is so much more rich than the neighborhood I live in California, right? Like, I mean, here we all go in our backyard. We have fences. We don't even talk to our neighbors. I try to talk to my neighbors. My neighbors sometimes talk back. Totally different world and we ship our parents off to old folks' homes and hospice and Like we don't have that community there. And I think that the families in the neighborhood in the Philippines that I live in are much richer, even though they don't have the financial riches that we have here in California, than any of the people that I've met in California. And I think their morals are much better. I think their structure is much better. I think their families are much better. I think their kids are much better. And a lot of smart kids. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I think I agree with you, Pero, but I think that's kind of where you're kind of going with like our structure of society and just following the norms, right?
A nation is built on the family structure. And when it loses its family structure, and this is repetitive throughout history, every nation that thought itself successful, once it reached that success, it turned hedonistic, and that was its downfall. It no longer paid attention to the family structure, and the people at mass populaces became hedonistic. In other words, they become solipsistic. They become looking out for themselves. They didn't care about their children or their parents.
And we're breeding that here in the United States. I mean, even with me, like living here, I love spending time with my kids, but just to afford like everything that we have, I find myself working more and wishing I was with my kids more. It'd be nice to be kind of poor and just spending time with my kids and less worrying about like our economic success. And that's what I kind of see in some of these countries that aren't as well developed as the United States, is that we've lost our moral compass. It's all about the dollar.
How's your moral compass, Pero?
What do you mean? How is my moral compass? My moral compass is great. I have what most people in the psychological world call the super ego. And it's one that knows how to control its ego because it realizes the parameters of those shadows. See, it's the shadow that of the person, the personal character known as a shadow, the darkness that goes into the darkness to bring out the light. This is looking into an abyss. And it's much like the guy that goes into a cave that's got 20 years of experience. He can bring plenty of light. But the guy that's on his instinctual drive, he will use his resources, even if it's a little key fob light, to see as best he can, because he's in that survival technique and he has to have some kind of light. That's it. Surviving on the minimal. I don't care about your value systems. Your progress and your success is not relative to me. I'm on my own path at my own speed. And like Herman Sue says, it's better to walk alone than with a crowd going the wrong direction. I've never once voted because I've known all my life. Once I was an adult, I was my own authority.
You never once voted?
Never even registered. I understood the Electoral College and how it's an opinionated system based on the fact that if they don't agree with the people's vote, they still vote their own way. It's only convenience because it seems to be a great democracy that generally the Electoral College is still going to vote the same way the people vote. But it's a social condition.
Hey, real quick, well, I don't mean to interrupt. Vibe, just because I'm in the background, I'm trying to which city? I mean, you don't have to if you still live there, but I'm just trying to get your general area so I can get the human design right, so I can blow your mind with astrological things.
Does it matter where I was born or where I live now?
No, not where you're at now. Just where you were born.
Oh yeah, Illinois, Champaign.
Champaign Urbana.
Yep.
Know all about it. Sorry, go ahead.
And yes, that which is the super ego is very judgy. The difference is it usually doesn't put forth that judgment the way other people do. They will put their judgment forth with bitter words. Mine may be blunt and they may seem bitter and they may hurt your emotions, but they're truthful. As best as I know, I may be wrong.
True.
I like that.
The best person at lying to ourselves is ourselves, right? But and that's part of what, like you said, the superego understanding, like, okay, am I lying to myself again? And I have control of knowing when I'm lying to myself and actually controlling that shadow. If I'm understanding what you're saying. Yeah,
absolutely. It's the shadow that you send into your unknown territories. It's the one.
But I would still recommend register to vote. I'll be honest. I skip some presidential elections every once in a while.
If I'm going to let me cut you off. Let me cut you off because I'm going to cut it short. I am not going to ever be a man that votes for another man. I will be if it needs to be, and it happens that way. I will be the man that steps up and asks you to vote for me. And I won't be in that system because I'm asking you to pull your votes out of that system. How many times have we voted people in and then pointed fingers at the other party when you could have easily voted casted a vote of no, what is it? No faith.
Yeah. So I mean,
no contest.
I
no,
know
no confidence.
No confidence. But I understand where you're coming from because I actually
hey, new member, thank you so much. Sorry.
I do have the same feeling you do when it comes to voting, and my frustration is that people pay more attention to which president they're going to elect, and their vote probably makes no difference. And when they walk in, they actually don't know that there's 50 other things they're voting on, and they just fill out random dots. So I know the votes are freaking irrelevant every presidential election. But what I do feel is important is
pay attention, Landry.
It is jumping in local elections and knowing
Votes
what
never
the
count.
local policies.
You think I vote?
They really don't when it comes to presidential elections.
I rigged the
because
cat
people
vote.
don't freaking care. I mean, like they literally go, "Oh, I want Kamala Harris."
I'm sorry. I gotta do something real quick. Pero, we understand you rigged the chat vote at OTW Live's big competition, right? You've done it not once, not twice. You've proven it to this meet 1,000 times, right? This is where you have to learn. I guess we had to listen to our elders, right? But I have to let you understand something, right? You told me once you only did that to prove a point, right? How many times are you going to do it to prove a point, right? Are you going to suggest an alternative? Do you operate as somebody who has anything to contribute to an idea like this? But we can all agree. You make up your mind about it. You know, you say that you didn't think it was a good thing. I think it was good for this community that it happened, regardless of how chaotic it might have been. I'm already in this mindset of what could we do to be better and have better, right? I think you could get that mindset too. I think you struggle a little bit, to be honest with yourselves here, right? What am I doing right now? I'm trying to get some things across because I believe that you have a hard time hearing me, and I have a hard time hearing you. Right? It's been this way, right? You do the gray rock thing. I'm not going to keep you backstage like Talcott. I'm going to bring you right back up here. But what point were you trying to prove? And I know I'm interrupting the conversation, but I keep hearing you say that. I read the chat vote. I read the chat vote at OTW Live. Which alternative would you like to provide? Would you like to be a part of the solution? Right? I've never voted in my real life, in the actual shit you're talking about. I've never voted, not once. So what are you trying to prove, Pero? And why do you keep thinking that you're making some view? Oh, I rigged the vote, y'all. I rigged OTW Live. You know, Cynthia's the winner because she exited the competition. Give me something meaningful here, or what are we going to do? We're just going to keep saying the biggest claim to fame you're ever going to have, Pero, is that you have sock accounts? I thought that was a one and done thing, and my spurg is over.
I just don't know what you don't get about the clout thing. You're the one that got, again, all upset when I tried to tell you the comparison. There are more people than just myself that know the vote doesn't count, no matter what venue it's in. And that, again, comes down to your authority and knowing what you have to do with it.
But that wasn't on my channel.
He just said it right here.
No, I'm saying the vote over there. I've not done the vote here today. I don't think the last time I've done a vote. I can't even remember the last time I've done a vote here. So I'm asking why it's something that has to do with me.
I asked you to pay attention to the concept.
Like I vote. I don't vote in real life.
And at the same time, you're asking about clout and numbers, pointing the finger at me. I've never been about clout and numbers.
You should be, because your message is good and it could be delivered to more people. The numbers is an important metric that I keep hearing people in this space say it doesn't matter. It does matter if you have a message. Whether it's real life people, whether it's a crowd of 100 in real life. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I can't. I don't know. But sorry to interrupt y'all. Go ahead. We got a super chat from T Reigns. Venus Laundry. One day you'll get that there's no you in my name, T Reigns. You are now at $100 towards your goal of 150 for your song. Still don't know what the song's gonna be about, but we got to go ahead and do it. I feel better.
Okay, it's you and me now.
I guess numbers are dropping though.
Yeah. So, I mean, to my point on voting, I am adamant, and my biggest thing to push is to get people to vote. And I don't care if they vote for their governor. I don't care if they vote for the president. I want them to vote for their local elections. And when you get the little ballot that says these are the props, I want them to read them and understand them before they show up. I would even be a fan of saying, you know what, screw the ballot. Just give them a form saying, yes, I think we need more sewage treatment. No, I'm against abortion. Just give them a questionnaire. And then whichever opponent lines up with that, that's who ends up in office, right? But I think the problem and some of the reasons everybody's so jaded on the political system is because it actually starts local. The local politicians get together and they all across their different districts talk about who they're going to raise up to be the governor, right? And then the governors and everybody in their politics all talk about who they're going to raise up to the president. And the only thing, the majority of the votes in the United States come in on presidential elections, which are the least valuable and least important because it's the local elections that actually form our government, and nobody cares about what's happening locally. And so I am a big proponent, like you said, hey, I'm not going to vote, but if there's going to be anything with me voting, it's going to be me asking you to vote for me because I'm going to do something different. Well, I think there's a lot of guys like you locally that actually want to do something different, but nobody pays attention to local politics. And if we can't fix local politics, we can't fix global politics. That's my
right. And your local politics, the most localized it ever gets is, again, from the family foundation. A government's nation or a nation's government cannot stand without its house being founded on solid ground. This is built on corporate money, and that's the social conditioning. Everybody believes that they have to, their whole life is consumed by a commercial entity of some sort, and that they have to live by those standards, those social conditioned standards, keeping up with the Joneses, having a job so you can make at least $100,000 a year as a young man so you can get a decent woman. Where does this stuff come from? That none of that has to do with our natural lives and our instinctual drives to then turn around and have children. None of it.
It's a good question. Like, I mean, where did this come from? Like, how did the Kardashians get into our life? How did these morals and these subsets of the world become a part of our normal? And this is even politics, or maybe it is politics. Sorry, on the cell phone there. But yeah, I mean, there's a decay in society on what our values should be. And I personally don't like them. And it does start with the family. And the family lives in a city. And therefore, we should be concerned about how our city interacts with our schools, how our city interacts with our neighborhoods, how our city interacts. It's much more important than I think Trump's tariffs, right? We act locally first.
And again, that's where your strongest markets are. I'll call them markets because you can use commodity for money in your local areas. This is your next door neighbor bartering with your next door neighbor. You don't have to have a monetary system. So again, when it comes to those commodities, your local commodities, if you consume them rather than export them for money, your local consumer base is much more stable. When you start exporting all your local commodities, you're destabilizing, because then you turn around and importing the very commodities that you're growing in your local area. Iowa is a great. We import corn. Why the fuck would Iowa import corn? Tomatoes, things like that would grow here naturally.
Yeah, you know, I mean, and I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing because I mean, I've seen it too. Once again, in where we live in the Philippines and other third world countries, in that neighborhood, almost every house sells some commodity, and they actually live not even on the city; they live in their neighborhood. So there's one person that does people's nails and pedicures and manicures, somebody else that has 3 rolling around karaoke machines, somebody else that is selling cigarettes and beer, somebody else that has fruits and vegetables. all in the neighborhood. Every house is selling something, right? They are locally sufficient.
Yeah,
And
gardens and everything.
yeah, right. And now if we expand this all the way to, like I mentioned, Trump's tariffs, I personally was actually a big fan of him putting the tariffs on, because I think that the United States overindulged and overused our credit to raise our standard of living above our actual means when we did zero tariffs to China while they were exploiting children in the 70s and we were taking all the goods. I think we should have actually raised the tariffs, punished them, because that also caused caused the drop from the 50s when you could be a single husband, refrigerator salesman at the local appliance store and actually buy a house and have a car and send your kids to college. Once we exported all those jobs and all that to values that we don't even believe in, we screwed this country. Now this country is at this economic level where even the poor, every poor person has a flat screen TV in their house. And now we put the tariffs on. And I think the tariffs might be too late, but they never should have gone away. But now it might be too late, where if we do this, we're going to be normalizing our economic status in the world, and everybody's going to have to suffer in the United States because we've been overliving our own means. That's my personal opinion.
Well, yeah, and that's that comfort convenience part I talk about. We've overlived our means. See, people get that comfort convenience from the social conditioning of living in a group so they can depend on others with those imports and everything, sitting on the couch in front of a boob tube, drinking the poisoned drinks and eating the processed foods. And then they hear the siren and lights outside, so they peek out and they see their neighbor down the street, couple blocks, being arrested. They go right back to their routine of comfort and convenience. They have no care until they knock on their door. Then they're amazed. Why me?
Yeah,
you know how to
trap.
Yeah, you know how to trap pigs, right? You feed them a little bit. It's comfort and convenience. It's free.
Yeah.
Throw a bunch of cornmeal on the ground. They gather around the cornmeal. The next week you put one piece of fence up and throw that cornmeal down, and they still come up. The next week you put another piece of fence up. Sooner or later you end up with a bunch of hogs inside of a fence and they can't go nowhere.
And then that becomes yummy bacon.
All right, guys, we're back. We kicked him because we had a conversation with Jeff right now, because Jeff's, somebody who sometimes we talk to. So now we're over here in Jeff's chat, right? We could have just came over here and let them talk, right? But El Perro has a channel, right? You can go find him there.
Who's the other one? Vibe.
Yeah, I got to be consistent here. When I'm bored,
I don't even think I know them.
If it's my sort of space right now, I'm bored for more than 30 minutes. I gotta switch it up here.
That's oh my god, I wouldn't even
and literally, and I interjected, and I was like saying something about I waited 10 minutes before interjecting. I was like, okay, I'm going to jump in now about something that was said 10 minutes ago, because they're just going at it. And then they're like, how dare you? How dare you? We were talking about this now. I'm like, dude, how dare you?
No, Landry, they do that to me. You have good instincts. They are trying to run your panel.
Yeah,
They're not respecting that it's your panel, and they're trying to manipulate you into running your panel how they want it run.
And
People do that shit with me all the time. They do it from the chat.
Thank you. I'm glad I did this.
You have good instincts.
It's just so stupid. I'm like, why? Because I used to get into this mode a lot where I was doing what I was feeling right then, where I just was like, okay, I'll just go in the background, let y'all run the show. It's what I did with Paul. And I'm like, I haven't done that in a long time, so why am I reverting back to it?
Yeah, you have to decide what you want for your channel, and you've
you're
already
right.
staked out that you're trying to do something different and better. So don't lose that.
Yeah, dude. Like I
find the expectations.
This is leadership.
The consequences when the boundaries are crossed.
Fucking what's up, man? I talked to him for the first time today. Fatty.
Who? Fatty?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know Fatty?
Not really.
Fatty's an interesting cat.
We were up on that.
And he does AI music.
007? Is that
video and stuff. Maybe you and Landry should play around together.
We should. Do you need a song? Do you need not a song? Sorry, everyone has a song.
He did a Fatty does it. Fatty's amazing. We were listening. We spent like over an hour listening to his music because it was so groovy. It's perfect for this channel. But he did several songs for the Outliers in Exile specifically.
Did they have video, or was it song only?
No, just music.
Yeah,
but Fatty plays around with video. He like
hold on,
kind of mashups.
I'll show you the video.
Hold on one second. What's up, RT?
Yo, what's happening?
Dude, what a crazy night, man. This has just been all over the place. What's up?
Yeah, I'm just throwing a monkey wrench in. Yeah, man. How's it
It's a
going?
wild time. It's going good, man. It's been a while since we chatted.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while for sure.
You heard what I said then, huh? You heard what I said about you never coming here before. So you said, I'm going to challenge that.
Well, I can't remember. Where was I that you and I, where were we when we got attacked by, was it Denison or who the hell was it?
Oh, that was here. So you have been here. Shit, I forgot about that.
Oh,
that was,
yeah, sure.
That
Go
was
ahead.
so
Yeah,
long
forget.
ago. Well, that was so long ago. I didn't even know that you were a person. I thought you were just that little picture of the cow.
Yeah. Well, I came up real quick because just to set the record straight. I mean, we have our good friend, our Asian friend that we love so much, but you know, I'm not a troll. He blocked me on his channel because I had the audacity to say, hey, this thing that you all are pitching that you think is like some new idea, an upward vector, is all mainstream Einsteinian theory of gravity that the Earth is pushing up. And not only that, but it's called the normal force. If you look in just mainstream physics, people that study physics in school, they're going to study it. Oh yeah, things don't have weight until they're sitting and the force from below is pushing up. Anyway, my point being, and I'll shut this down quick.
No, man, I like listening to you. I don't know. You think that I get bored or something? I like listening to you.
Yeah, but my point continues to be that some of these characters, they'll, like Notch in January of this year declared war on anybody that didn't believe in this upward vector. I mean, literally the words that came out of his mouth, he was declaring war. And so to me, it's kind of like when you push back on these characters that are throwing out these ideas as being new or whatever, they can't take it. They call you a troll. They say you're dumb. They say you're religious, which I'm clearly not. You know, they'll do these things without totally calling you a dick, but even though it's pretty close. So
they try to discredit you based off of shit that's not even true.
Right.
I see you. I know exactly what you mean. I've experienced it in my own way with the people in the Rob sphere, right? They think I'm a leftist. They say that I'm, all these things they just assume because they don't want to be questioned in a way that's uncomfortable, right? To where I don't think me and you are mainstream people, right? So I think whenever you go and you say something like, hey, I think your theory is a little bit questionable and I kind of want to push back on it. They don't like that because it comes from a place of, hey, this guy's not just a normie, so I can't just say, oh, you're a normie, fuck off. You know what I mean? It's so you become a sort of a, they want to put you in a box.
So then you got to go back to the quiver and what other arrow can I use for this dude? I can say, oh, he just has cows, or I can say, he's religious, or I can say, oh, I blocked you on my channel. We do have some idea, but so I don't know. It was annoying, and it took me. I was trying to jump on when he was here, but for him to say, hey, come over on my channel and we can have this conversation. Well, shit, dude, I tried to press on this in multiple ways and you blocked me. You blocked the whole thing. And I was 100% not being a dick, not being rude, just saying, hey, you guys are talking about something that is well known. And and not only that, but it's what the globe people believe, which is fine. So that's all I just wanted to set the record straight here.
Well, thank you for doing that, because I took him at his word. I don't know a lot about his history, and so I didn't obviously about that. And hopefully he comes back here so I can ask him about that next time, because it's
all I got to say is be wary of someone that's almost near 50 and they're working a graveyard shift at some sort of shipbuilding thing, looking for cracks in some cavernous vessels or something.
That sounds kind of cool, honestly.
It may sound cool, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm not trying to, but
No, I feel you,
it's just
man.
very, very, very annoying to be characterized as something. So anyway, but look, dude, I'm gonna roll off. I'm sure
Well, yeah,
the
man.
crowd has already.
No,
It's
dude, the
probably.
crowd, the numbers are going up. The numbers are going up. You don't even realize that. They're going up since you
Oh,
got
really?
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, who
Because
knows?
dude, I don't know, man. Here's the thing, right? Because we can have a conversation. We've had quite a few
Yeah.
offline,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I find
Sure.
it interesting because like I said, I like talking to you. You're one of the people who I just feel comfortable with, have since the beginning, right? Just since, I don't know, it's one of those things
Oh,
to
I
where
agree. Yeah,
I don't even know how to explain it. But with people like Vibe, where I just feel like bored, it's a different sort of energy, right? And I guess I don't know how to explain it, but
No, I totally, I'm with you on that. For
like there's
sure.
a lot of people out there who are like you. I feel like I don't know. I can't predict your next opinion, right? I can't predict your next move, which that's something I always like. And also, you give me a ton of great ideas. Nobody's gonna have to know who is actually responsible for the ideas
thing.
the ideas that you've been responsible for and the impact they might have had, because that's kind of the fun part of it, right?
Yeah, that is the fun part for sure. But yeah, and we, I know we traded some back and forth on some other things. I definitely want to follow up on some of those, and yeah,
Yeah,
for
man. I
sure. But
like
I'll just keep, kind of like,
DJM's
you know,
happy to see you.
who?
DJM.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to hear. But yeah, I was oh shoot. One other real quick, one other thing that I was going to chat with you about, but we can talk about it here real quick, is how it's always the thing that, the power structure wants to put fear in us in any number of ways. And what recently, I mean, it goes back to, atomic bombs or nuclear blasts or diseases and on and on and on. But recently, it's almost like you can't go a day or even part of the day without seeing something about these microplastics. Like,
Yeah.
microplastics are in your body, and then, you can't even use saran wrap, or you can't, so,
It seems like there's something else going on there.
but when you really, so then I was like, well, let me just look into, like, how could a layperson see if there's microplastics? Like, what kind of do you need? Could you look at, obviously not with your naked eye, but like, do you have to be some sort of scientific lab to? And so, yeah, it's almost like it's not just any microscope. It has to be some super duper special microscope that even possibly, which then gets back to, you have to trust that the things out in outer space are the way they are, or you have to trust that any of the viruses in your body, you follow what I'm saying? It's almost like it gets to the point where, well, you just got to trust us on this. But there's probably something to it, but at the same time, I'm not so sure about it. It could just be another fear factor kind of thing. Like, now everybody has stopped using plastics, which are everywhere. If that makes sense. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Sorry. But even when you think about, like, oh, well, if plastics are really a problem, then, those little plastic, syringy things that people distribute medications in bodies and everything, wouldn't that be sort of like the direct delivery system for something like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to eat something out of using a disposable plastic fork, or you wrap something in, but like, to actually, I don't know, it's a dumb idea, but it popped in my head, like, this is just yet one more fear factor thing, just to completely turn human behavior up on its head, that for decades plastic well, we should really be thankful that there was plastic. Otherwise, we'd be having all these bottles. It'd be almost impossible to have things in the grocery store the same way that they are or whatever. But anyway, that was one thing I was just going to bring up to you, sort of not in this forum, but while we were here, I just thought I'd throw that
Yeah,
out
it kind of it pushes my brain into a few different directions, right? I have a lot of weird thoughts about health. I could never even say it publicly because I think it's just too controversial, and I don't want to give bad advice because I can't prove anything. It's just my subjective experience has been so wild, and
right.
I don't think that vegetables are good for you. I don't think that people should eat vegetables. I've gone to this place. I've come to this place very in a weird way. I don't really know how to explain it. I think vegetables are great for the poor people, but I think you can survive on a lot of very, I don't avoid all vegetables. I think this overabundance of them is very damaging to the body. I think without meat, you're kind of. Are you vegetarian?
Oh no.
Okay.
Don't worry. You don't have to worry about offending me on diet or whatever, for sure.
Well, I've been on every diet, man. And as far as health goes, and it's really strange the one I ended up on, to where so like I said, but the reason I bring it up is with health and the microplastics. When you look at the way that things are trending right now, it seems like they're very much going in this direction of the mainstream. I guess you can say it's more right leaning, which is, I always prefer that. I'm not going to lie, because it's definitely better than the other way. The other way, is
right. Yeah.
Brutal. Just think about like YouTube right now. The things that we can say right here are vastly different. In 2020, dude, that's where I can, if it was still like that, I understand why Flow State would be the way he is. But since it's not like that anymore, and it's just like, yo, hold on, I have a pew. Let me go grab my pew.
That was off the chain as far, people using this recently invented hobo code on YouTube of how do you communicate, and it was bizarre. It was totally bizarre. But on those vegetables, you think about some of these vegetables, it just seemed like otherworldly, like broccoli or cauliflower. It's like, where the hell did this thing come from? I mean, I can kind of understand corn.
I love corn. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love corn.
But it's sort of based on it's just a supersized grain kind of thing, or wheat or whatever. But some of those things, and it's not even a secret. It's not a well-kept secret. It's just out there. But if you look at beans and certain types of beans, like kidney beans and whatnot, I mean, they definitely have a toxin, that it's almost like there was and this is just, people can look into this themselves. Don't take it for the gospel truth, but my understanding is a lot of these types of beans and so forth almost have a toxin to prevent animals from just chewing them up out whatever, whether that prevents them or not. But if you cook certain beans in a certain way, like kidney beans are the ones that come to mind, they can even further release these kind of toxins. And people look at beans and what do you call them? What's the legumes or whatever? Yeah. But as being like, oh wow, what a great source of protein and what blah blah blah. And I'm sure a lot of the plant-based meats or whatever are based on the soys of the world and these types of beans. But in reality, it's sort of like, well, wait a second, they kind of have a little bit of a toxin in there, and soy is notorious. Soy is notorious. Say that 5 times. But soy is definitely up there with having other side effects that are, especially for men.
It's a rabbit hole. Is the thing with food, and it's for everyone. I guess it's different, and I think it's also down to, so where I get into birthdays and birth charts and all that. I would love to, look into yours sometimes, just because it's getting. I can't even tell y'all the way that it's been helping me, just in a way of sort of navigating the space online, knowing where I stand, because a lot of the time people, they try to get you in this position and they want to put you in a limelight to paint you as something you're not. And I just let it happen today here, where I was just sitting here listening to a show that I would never in my life click on. which is what Vibe and El Perro were doing. Because I've heard El Perro's spiel 1,000 times. I've heard Vibe's spiel 1,000 times. He's a normie. So then I went over to the next chess show and I was like, what am I doing? And they're like, yeah, what are you doing? And I was like, okay, I'll snap out of it. Because I mean, I used to do that all the time because it comes from a lack of confidence in myself. But I'm gaining that, right? And it's a great feeling. But the reason I bring it up is because I think the food is the same thing. I was reading in my human design that it matters more the environment in which I eat than it does the food I eat, which was crazy to me because I've heard people tell me all these horrible things about bread and bread is the worst. Carbs are horrible. Mm-hmm. I have not had hardly any issues with carbs this time that I've been sick. It's been really too much. Like dairy is risky for me, but I can eat as much Greek yogurt as I want. Greek yogurt is basically my lifeblood. But I could have probably solved my problems if I tried that sooner. I just can't stand the taste of it.
Well, some of it has to do with the things that have a fermentation process. So, for example, the reason yogurt works, or I don't know if you've ever tried even cottage cheese, and you can put blueberry or you can put stuff in it to kind of give it a little more pizzazz. But I mean, there's clearly provable benefits of the that fermentation side of these types of dairy products, as opposed to just like breaking out the quart of milk and gulping a whole thing down with a piece of chocolate cake or something before you go to bed. It's like that's probably not going to be good. And just think about when we were all children, or most of us, it was like the go-to, the sugary cereals, and you just pile it with milk, and you slurp that stuff down and go off to school. But it's like, man, I don't know that was the best thing. And my late father, he had a dairy and then he switched over to beef cattle. But I mean, it's like, I don't know that the human body was necessarily designed to drink cow's milk necessarily, but maybe the byproducts, be it butter, which is beneficial, or like I said, a yogurt or a cottage cheese, something that it's been fermented in a way that's sort of got something else going on, other reactions, other enzymes in there that I don't know, but I know enough to be dangerous is basically the problem. So
yeah.
But,
I mean, have you seen this?
With you've had to do even more trial and error. I mean, I know some others who've, and that's where super sweet desserts and things like that. I almost just a little bit, but not much of that at all, because it's just sort of like, man, it's not sitting right. But it sounds like you've really gone through the gauntlet as far as just trial and error, and does this work, or eliminating this, does this work, or on and on and on, and to I'm sure it's like the tip of the iceberg. We just wouldn't even begin to understand what you've been going through.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, man. And it's like I try not to be too doomer about it, because I do find such joy being in this sort of side where I think that it's so, I don't know, just I mean, just to live like that. I mean, because there's depression, right? Depression is a thing that exists, but you look at that and you get jaded in it when you sort of get to this level where your issues are health related, and so it causes extreme mental distress. And then you look at people who don't have health issues who are depressed, and you're like, get over yourself. So you just start to look at life through a lens of hatred. Everything is just, this person they have it better than me, and that and nobody understands, especially when you're young and the doctors can't diagnose you. So I got so jaded. Like, I was probably the most negative person in the entire world, most negative I'd ever been during that time. And so when I'm trying to be positive, and I see people in this space, just like in the chat, like sometimes some of these people, I'm sure you've seen it, where they just start arguing, and it's just like so crazy. Like, oh, how dare you come in here? Oh my God, do you know what so and so did to me? You should have blocked them right now. I'm going to do this. I'm like, can't y'all just like have a good time? Because I'm not capable of interacting with that. So I don't know. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to, because some people would own it and say, what's going on with that gossip? Oh, well, maybe some money. Oh, let's see. Let's pull it up. And no, dude, it's not. It's not interesting.
Yeah.
Bad Apple Media is not interesting content. Sorry.
No. We'll do anything for a dono.
I mean, dude, they come in for when you put in work, right? I've made that sort of this pivot here where people are donating for music videos, and it's a fun way to network. And like I keep trying to get better at them and better while still being able to put it out there, because you can spend too long on something and nothing will change. Also, the AI stuff I've been doing. Do you know the missing link, Jesse?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been talking offline.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, he
he's
covers
making
a
a
lot
comeback.
of conspiracy or supernatural,
Some wild stuff, right?
Yeah,
some shit that I would never entertain. But I'm like, I don't. More power to you, but I could never do that, right? Sit with someone with straight face.
With the straight face.
Yeah, I could never do
straight face. Yeah, and it's funny, because he had this one dude on there, and he's had him on there multiple times, but I just remember the first this guest swears that he is the real JFK Jr. and that he was replaced at like 8 or 9 years old or something with the one that we knew that was killed in that plane crash. But the guy's on there, and I was just incredulous. Of course, I'm asking some questions about, like, how does this? I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, is this just trying to, like, well, so what are your memories of that, and like how could this be, or do you don't really have the same facial structure as your dad, or you probably your hairline's different than even both of your parents. I don't know. It's just like, but he swears on a stack of Bibles that, yeah. And so here's Jesse, God bless him, is entertaining this fella because he knows it's sort of like, well, some people probably believe it hook, line, and sinker, and other people are like skeptical as hell. And so you get both audiences.
Yeah,
so it's a good deal, and but yeah, that's just one example of some of the way out there kind of things. And of course, the reality has probably more way out there things that are legit than we probably even want to acknowledge or even know about. But there are certain things. But yeah, that guy's he's definitely entertaining, and he's just sort of like a kind of like a down to earth. His delivery is a little more kind of, it's not over the top. It's sort of like he's asking questions, he's interviewing.
He's kind of neutral.
He's interviewing in a style that's not like, hey, look at me, I'm the guy of this channel. He's definitely more
which that's a good way to do it, right? I think that's why it's, I can't criticize people because nobody's gonna want to come back if you are like antagonistic. Like if it was me, I could never do a channel like that because I'd be like, dude, there's no way an alien came in the 4th grade and raped you. It's like, no way.
Yeah, there's no way that you can teleport yourself over to and check out what's going on and whatever and come back. But even though maybe there is, I mean, there's always like, well, 98% of the time I would think that's some bullshit, but it's maybe the 2%, who knows? But to claim that we know everything in a supernatural kind of environment. But you mentioned the diet was in the trials and tribulations with all that was kind of got you in a dark space. But you can just imagine like people that the pain management, and when people are in chronic pain that's so severe that, I mean, it's debilitating. And if you've never crossed that, and I haven't, but I know some people who have, and so, oh man, it's like the human body, if it starts breaking down in a way that is unexplainable and uncurable, and you can't even relieve certain of those symptoms, well, no wonder somebody starts going down a very dark path and thinking, well, maybe this is the only way out.
And that's I didn't have, this was my mindset every day. I mean, I can't even tell you the kind of thoughts I had. And it was just, I used to, I should probably, no, it'd be a bad thing. I honestly try to leave it. I don't even try. It naturally just was left a lot into my subconscious. I don't bring those memories up because it doesn't even seem like it was me. But when when I try to put actively thought to the time and I'm just remembering, it's like the absence of self, right? TV screen's on. I have no energy to do anything, but I'm going to just press the TV and I can't even follow what they're saying because my brain isn't here. It's helped me understand what the human body is in a way that I don't think anyone could ever explain it to me. I think a lot of these people with these fancy degrees and these fancy words, I don't even know what that is. To me, it seems like evil a lot of the time because they gatekeep information with these words that are so long and you have to be 12 years of school to get to understand what they mean. And then it's like they're saying they're making progress while everyone's getting sicker. It just seems like a giant scam. Well, I'm like, I think it's simply that we are like an ecosystem similar to whatever the hell the stars are. It's got all these tiny pieces, moving. And we can prove that, right? We can prove that there's all these little tiny creatures inside of us. They all exist and they make sort of these, there's all these things that are spiritual in nature, I think, they're broken down to science. And that's why science is one of those things it bothers me a lot because it changes the way that we perceive it. If we think about it in a way that's like not so literal, which I hate people who are always literal about everything because when I make a joke, they're going to be like, what do you mean? How dare you say that? I get this shit all the time. People are like, who do you think you are? I'm like, dude, what happened to everyone's sense of humor in the past 10 years?
The sense of humor, like it's almost like sometimes you have to say, oh, what too soon to make a joke about something that's like, well, is it too soon? Because I don't think it's too soon to make a joke about that. But yeah, gosh, I mean, it's when you really then boil it down to like the healthcare and medical industry and tack onto that the pharmaceutical industry. These are major controllers and manipulators of the course of humanity. I mean, that may sound like, wow, that's like hyperbole or something, but no, I mean, it's the truth. Just look back what happened 5 years ago that governments across the realm threw in their hat and said, yeah, we got to do this because these guys say so. And then if you dared to raise your hand and go, wait a second, a lot of this stuff is not making any sense at all, common sense or otherwise, then that was the grounds for being canceled or shut up or don't bring that up or you're not welcome here, move along kind of thing. And but I guess my point being is that all of that really is way more powerful than, I mean, we all know that it is, but it's even way more powerful seeming than and in control than we probably could even muster up enough courage to acknowledge, because it's like food and drug, so what goes in your everything,
that's a weird combo.
Yeah, it is weird. It's not like what would you call it, like when what people eat is rarely considered when you go in to meet with a doctor about certain afflictions.
They never ask.
Right.
They don't ever fucking ask.
So the dietary side of the house, even though it's extremely, important, and there's probably could be these various tests that are done, forget a lot of other screening, but just to truly determine, even at a very young age, like, okay, given your makeup, given your you're going to thrive with this type of diet. And if you don't do that, you're going to realize that it's going to impact you in many, it's going to manifest itself physically and emotionally in multiple ways. And the same kid or the same family could have another child and it could be completely different. Like, you've got to go this path.
It will be completely different. It's just, I think it's
but
almost never the same.
But isn't it bizarre that it's just you that's not a clinic, or that's not, your first course of action to go to this, let's just kind of see what your body needs. Instead, it's just like, oh, well, I think you have this affliction. Here's a prescription. We phoned it into your local, pharmacy.
Yeah, take this for forever.
And if here's a 7-day course or 10-day course, and give us a call back if you don't see any improvement, or certainly if you have any rash. Everything's sort of like a hit or a miss. Like, well, maybe this will stick. Maybe you're within the 80% that this might do something to control. But it's the symptoms. It's not the underlying root cause type thing. And there we go, saying, that was what Tommy gave me shit about, that I said so much.
Oh, dude, we all do. Did you see that segment I did recently where I did the one of my Gemini gems where it shows how many times people say different trigger?
I saw a little bit of that, but I didn't see. Did you do one for Because that would be
Oh, it was on everyone.
The internet
automatically. Yeah. So we can. And I want to recognize people who are better at that than others, right? Where I have my criticisms about Talcott. He's very deliberate in his speech, though. He doesn't sort of use filler words like that very often compared to most. Paul's the same way. That's why they think they're so much better than everyone else. That's one of the reasons, I think, right? We'll go into this. We'll go into the most recent one. I haven't done it in the tool for a while, so let's see if I'm getting better. I know Flow State he uses one that I don't ever use often. I think it might be he uses right. Is the classic from forever, but I never say Yeah. Is not even in my vocabulary. To me, it seems like it's not even a word normally. So to say it as filler, it doesn't make sense. Can be like I sneak it in there because,
Yeah. I thought you were going to say flow state. The most common things he says is send more money, Chuck. But I could be completely wrong with that.
He doesn't have to say it all the time. Chuck will just make it. But then Chuck will say, or what does he say? Flow State doesn't own me.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Did you hear recently he dropped everyone off the roster, the anime roster? I would do if Flow State could just
repeat that again.
The inmate roster. You know about that?
Where he had them hidden and they had to
people had to pay.
In?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't know he dropped people off of that.
So he must be hurting.
Huh.
I think, right? If he's gonna let go of that whole thing, I don't know. It just seems interesting to me, but
yeah, I don't know.
He's, I've talked to him a little bit before about ideas, and he's, he's got his ways, and I get it though. People they are distrusting of others, and I am too. But I think I found some really. If y'all could, here's the worst thing is when I get offline with some people, like Moose is a huge example. We have like the best conversations we ever have, and we have such great energy, and we're just like flying. And it's and I'm like, why can't we always do this live? Like, what is it?
And then the live, and then it's sort of like, hey, it gets a little stiff or something.
Like a pressure sort of comes in.
Deliver. Yeah. Maybe,
yeah.
Who knows why that would be, but that's really interesting. And so was real quick question. Was it legit that did you and Joe Cool truly have a legit falling out over that little project that you all did? I can't even imagine that would cause any kind of consternation.
I'd love to know where his mind's at now. I'm not sure if he's
maybe
he hasn't responded to me.
Maybe it was a rash kind of thing.
No, I mean it was very real. Like it wasn't manufactured or
okay.
I mean, unless it was on his end. Like I mean he was pissing me. He was pissing me off, and I was pissing him off like every day. But to be fair here, I don't think he realized what we were doing that was different than everyone else, because we were both editing it. We were both sort of, what we would do, we would ping pong it, right? Where I'd have a file and I would send it to him, and he'd do whatever file or do whatever with the file and then send me back a new one. So it's like, and every time he sent it to me, he would use like one tiny piece of what I did. And whenever he told me, he said, don't use any of my footage whenever you send me stuff back. So I would be sending him my own stuff, and I was trying to do a story. And I don't know, he's stoned all the time. So I felt like he couldn't remember what we were saying, and he kept giving me shit for, and then so I kept generating things with the AI, right? And it's not free. And he just kept being he was unsatisfied with all of them, and he kept yelling at me, "Come on, man, when I want you to," he was acting like he was paying me. And I'm like, dude, I'm losing money just by generating all these and you being unsatisfied. So we have to be able to lower our expectations here. And
that's probably what it boiled down to, is sort of like an expectation of, well, what the other person, it's probably like, hey, it was an interesting experiment to put people from differing wings of this whole, shit show together to, okay, can you produce something together? And, completely different genres, his is, as we know, is much more about on the street, kind of interrogating the police.
Did you know he's an anarchist? He believes in no, something like that.
No government.
Well, no government. He thinks that we should have, nothing. Which I mean, I just didn't know that.
Yeah,
I never heard him say it before.
Yeah, well, I could probably see him being like that. Which eventually, though, in those types of theoretical systems, there's going to be somebody that pulls together that has the more might and the more charisma to get other henchmen, in their corner or behind them to enforce the view. So eventually, it doesn't just end up like, hey, we're all just sort of like doing our thing and not being impacted by any kind of like governmental, quote unquote, governmental oversight, because there's going to be the heavies that sort of say, hey, we're going to run it this way. And if you don't like it, you're going to really regret not towing the line type thing. But
well, it's just group dynamics, right? And this is where humans aren't, there's not an infinite possibility. There's a finite amount of ways that people organize. And I've been looking into this with some of these, and this is where I got to get better at selling this shit. Cause if even Moose is like, a lot of the times where people, they don't think I have anything to, I'll use Jaron as an example. Jaron was great at selling himself, right? Jaron would say, I got this private consultation thing. I'll tell you about Bitcoin. And he would get hundreds of people that would come do his things. And he would just spend an hour with them, or an hour and a half. And same with his VIP club. And people pay for it because he was like, yes, I know things that are valuable. You should buy them. I've been like that. So when I'm like with Moose and we're working together, but then I see that he's not growing because he's not sort of looking in the small cracks where I find that's where every advantage that I've ever made in this online space has been found, is just the very tiny details that make a huge difference. And I'm like, dude, just do this. And he's like, holy crap. It's happened like 10 times. And it just like, and he never forgets. And he just keeps you. And then every time we make that step, we become an even more effective team to where we just, I mean, we're working together so well now. And it's like,
that's awesome.
It's really, really, really going great. And but a lot of people have been trying to stir that, muddy the waters there. So I've been, and I'm not ever aware of that, because when people do that a lot. I think people were trying to do that with Joe Cool. I think people were telling him shit and trying to. They wanted a more of a disaster, right? That what did you think about that show, the contest?
I watched bits of it, and I thought it was interesting, that more of the human dynamic again of what, in a short amount of time, what could two people put together, and not knowing exactly. See, that's the thing. And, having worked on group projects a lot in different phases of my life, the end product, you can't really you can't ascertain the level of contribution from the individuals. You just know, here was the group, here's our product. But I know from experience that a lot of times many of the group members are just mailing it in, so it's left to the few or one or whatever to do the heavy lifting, so that everybody doesn't look like a total turd when it comes to presentation time.
Oh, you mean like a 1 hour video like TML?
Well, I didn't see that one. I have to admit, I didn't see. Was his 1 hour?
Dude, that's the funniest part. He didn't even know that, like, I mean, so that's what the issue was, right? Whenever this started,
Okay.
nobody made the boundaries weren't clearly defined. So Jeff said, "Oh, it could be a panel versus a video," and TML literally just did a reaction video where he was just sitting there silently with something on the screen, and that was his contribution.
Oh man, yeah.
For an hour. Not
I
he
will
didn't
say-
do the whole hour,
yeah.
but
Right. I will say that to me, it's in this format, it's most entertaining for at least one of the judges to truly be the designated roaster. You know, the one who is going to point. So in an ideal world, the judges would have access to the end product, would have been able to review them on their own or in the group, whatever, and then jot down some notes to themselves and have enough time to come up with some funny quips or some funny roasting for the ones that deserve it. But a lot of it would be sort of based on truth, of course, and it wouldn't be mean-spirited necessarily at all, but it would just be a roasting, and the people that put that together would realize, yeah, we kind of shit the bed on our effort there, and we deserve every bit of roasting. But you know, I think if everybody was just sort of like plain vanilla, oh, you did good here or whatever, or you have to, for the entertainment value. I don't know, I'm master of the obvious here, but at least one of them has to be that designate, you know, the one that has the best sense of humor and skill of comic delivery should be the one who is designated to add that comic relief for each one of these things. So anyway, for what it's worth, that's my 2 cents for it. And I think there was some of that for sure that was going on, definitely.
yeah, I had fun, but I also like
Yeah.
to criticize things because I've learned that's my place here, is that I've kind of, that's what I enjoy doing, because it's not just other people, and I don't do it out of hate. It's because, okay, let me ask you this. As far as movies go, I keep swinging and missing here. Everyone says no when I ask them if they've seen a movie that I like, but I don't like that many movies. I'm very picky. But have you seen the movie Whiplash?
Whiplash.
It's like about the drummer.
I think I did see that, but I honestly, it's how long ago was that?
That's like
probably
2012, something like that.
Okay.
And to me, it stood out. And I'm not a big fan of like jazz or anything, obviously. And I'm not a fan of most movies, but it stood out to me because it's a story about somebody who, you know, it's the student and the teacher. It's like the whole story, and the teacher is so cruel. You know, he's throwing shit at him. He's just being, and it's comedic a lot of the times, but it's the entire purpose of the story is that there's the person who's so driven to do better because it's never good enough. And then obviously the spoiler alert is that the very final scene in the movie is like, there's not even like deliberately expressed. It's just one single frame of like a smile where you can tell that he's finally proud after all this shit that's gone through. It's like that one moment. It's why it's worth it, is for it never to be good enough. Good job saying, oh, that's great. You're doing great. Everyone gets a trophy. That shit's not going to inspire anyone. So that's why I've never made anything good enough, but one day maybe I will.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do vaguely recall that movie, but it's
so good, dude.
Yeah, but I'll have to rewatch that. But you know, a lot of times, in sporting activities, you can have a coach that has that similar demeanor, and many players will respond favorably, but a lot though, it's kind of like a balance. A lot of players will. It's almost like, well, you know, if I'm not going to get some level of recognition and sort of attaboys occasionally. You can chew me out, but I'm going to need some level of like, but attaboys to get up and do it harder the next time. But many people are just sort of like, well, they're driven. I know I can make that person be proud of my, this accomplishment or this effort. And sadly, I think there are many, many people whose actual parents come across in that fashion, that, almost like a parent might go to their grave and the child would have this feeling like that they were never, they could never meet the expectations.
I think parent child would be different though for me, because I don't know. I've never had a son. If I had a son, maybe I would be in a different sort of state of mind. But as I have a daughter, and I don't feel as though expectations of sons and daughters are very different things. I mean,
I would agree with that. Yeah,
that's just the way it is. So, but I think it's, for me, even my dad, like, I don't think that he's had high expectations, but it was never executed in a way that I would see as effective, right? It was always referring to someone else's job. Okay, that's, we'll take them to baseball. The baseball coach will get it, or the baseball, not coach, whatever it's called. Or whatever, the karate teacher. And then so I was always trying so many different things, and nothing ever stuck, but I was never doing what I wanted to do. So, but it took me a long time to find out what I wanted to do. So sometimes with kids, you just got to be, especially in this digital age, where now everyone just wants to play video games, and that's a dead end. But it's like, what do you do? How do you force them to go outside? I think you just got to get creative.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's getting even harder and harder these days.
I know, man. It's wild.
I mean, it's amazing. I don't know. I'm almost like, gosh, how are parents, and I know you're in this boat too, but like, once smartphones became almost like obligatory, once a child was 9-10 years old, maybe even younger now, once that and the use of the parental use of iPads, I'm sorry, iPads, and
shout out to the iPods.
Yeah. Shout out to the old rotary phones, everybody. So
that's what the new one's gonna be like. Back in my day, I had an iPod.
Yeah, and kids, young children right now are like, they have this iPhone, but that's going to be like, you all had an iPhone. You used an iPhone? What the hell are you? I mean, wow, that's so 2025 or whatever. But it's almost like parents can use this technology just to become their babysitter or their pacifier, or like, instead of going to a restaurant and teaching their children how to behave at a restaurant. This is how we don't scream, we don't run around the place, we don't throw shit on the food on the floor. This is how we behave, and to kind of instill that. Instead, it's sort of like they're doing that thing, and then they hand over the technology, like, here's something to redirect that energy in a passive kind of way. It's not going to be good. I don't know, but anyway, dude, I'm gonna roll off, and
yeah, man, I really enjoyed this talk.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is
the kind of shit that I would,
It's like, this is what we would do, just not.
I know.
Yeah,
that's a great point, man. That's exactly right. It's exactly right, man. All right. Well, thanks for your time, and
yeah, man.
Continue to fill me with those random ideas that I use, and nobody ever knows where it came from.
Okay, will do, man. All right, take care.
All right,
all right,
keep it real. All right, everyone. So we got Mooncakes in the house. What's up, Mooncake? Are you the girl who Imperius in here once? Right now we have a guest who just left. It was a great conversation. RT, one of my favorite. We can almost call him a. I don't know if he's the F word yet, right? But someone that I definitely think is. I don't know. I enjoy talking to him. I believe if we did I gotta get his astrology stuff and make sure that I look into that. So what do we do now, right? What's the move, y'all think? We could do a few things here. I could go check in on some buddies. We could get. I got some crazy stuff here. I mean, all the memberships are available. I got to remind you all of that. But there's some stuff. I mean, I I think, is this the right place to share it? That's the question. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and see if he's still alive. If he is, we're going to, oh no, he did not. He's not live anymore. Maybe I can give him an invite to come here and promise him I won't kick him out. If I promise I won't kick you, will you come by my stream? Real quick, because this is good stuff, y'all. This is like the human design of the people in the panelverse in the current state. Some things that we discover are pretty wild here. I also want to let everyone know. Oh, he just redirected his audience there. Wow, that's crazy. What a good timing. Holy moly. Okay, so that must be divine timing, to be fair. Wow. Cool. So Jeff's going to come by, and he has my word. I will not kick him because, I kick ruthlessly, but with purpose, with reason. When I feel as though I'm, it depends on the day, right? So, okay, so we have our friend Jeff here. What's up, Jeff? How are you doing?
Hey, yeah, I was wrapping up, and I saw you were live, so I set my audience over here.
Well, that's good timing because our
Yeah, it's meant to be. What am I stepping into?
Okay, so it's been kind of a wild night. So, I mean, not that wild, but essentially we started.
Drama wild, or?
Oh no, not really.
Okay.
I mean,
just chaos wild.
Yeah, just like when I jumped over to your thing, RT came up. And I had to leave because I never talked to RT.
Who's RT? I don't even know if I know him.
He's got a picture of a cow. He's got kind of an accent. He's
I
really cool, really chill guy. We talk a lot offline. Yeah, so I wanted to bring you here because I have some cool stuff. I was actually to come join your live, but I saw you weren't live, so I was like, well, maybe I'll try this way. I was looking into some things that I feel like I would love to hear your thoughts on, right? You're always wondering about these tools, about the way that we can use them and all these things. But I did this thing where I put 10 people into, it's not astrology, it's human design, right?
Oh, yeah, you had sent me something for me when you first started hanging out here. I still have it.
Yeah, so this is the newest model, right, is much better than the old ones, right? So we're going to go into this a little bit, right? So we can skip through me because everyone knows me.
Oh, you analyze. Oh, my, you have everybody analyzed.
Well, this is where we get into how you and Jeff are. Sorry, you are Jeff. You and Moose are. It compares y'all in a lot of ways, right?
Oh,
but it says some less than favorable things about you, Jeff, and I want to know your.
Yeah,
your
well, I'm. Where am I looking? What am I reading?
Hold on, I'm going to do this real quick so I don't do your.
Yeah, I
birthday.
know. I want to know. I was trying to get Nev over here to judge me, but if this thing can do it, I'll take it.
All right, so the engine. Okay, so we have.
What's a sacral motor? That sounds.
Oops.
Oh, don't show my information.
Yeah, my bad. It's too late. You already doxed.
I know.
I was trying to avoid it. All right, so here we go. So.
Is this all me?
This is all you.
I'm the mechanic?
Yes.
What's
You're
above the mechanic?
I don't know. I don't want to see your birthday again. Hold on. let me get it.
Okay. So it starts with the mechanic.
No. Okay. So it starts right here. We got it. Okay. Pull. So here we go. So the engine, a powerful sacral motor. So you're a generator, right? So there's 5 types,
Okay. What's a sacral motor? Does that have to do with your butt?
Yes. It has. No, it doesn't. It's a good guess, though.
Energy. Oh my God, dude. Fuck, Landry.
Yes.
You got me up here to freak me out. How? Yes, I have energy centers that are disconnected from each other. How the fuck does it know this? Probably because everybody does, but in particular, yes. All right. He needs other people. What does that mean? He feels broken or no. In fact, in many ways, I feel more whole when I'm by myself. This compels him to hoard people. It thinks I'm How am I hoarding when everybody's free to come and go?
Don't get mad at the AI, man.
No, I'm reacting to it as I read it. To feel mechanically whole. I don't even know what that means. Mechanically whole. He's building it to patch his own circuit board. That makes no sense. It has this part wrong. That's not why I'm building community. I have built probably 60 to 70 communities by now in my lifetime. I've done entire streams on them. I've built about 30 to 40 in-person communities, and I've built about 20 to 30 online community since COVID started 2020. This thing does not know what it's talking about.
But I want to explain something to you about that, right? This is what we call biased AI. It's biased against you.
Because you put it.
No, it's biased against you because of our transcripts.
You and I?
The transcripts from the panelverse competition. So this is pulling from that.
Not you and I particularly, but the whole experience. It's analyzing. It thinks I'm a control freak and that I'm gathering people to meet my ego needs.
So this combines the transcripts with human design, which is so interesting to me.
All right, let's see the mirror. He has the same profile as Moose. This creates false resonance. Fuck, this is scary. Fuck. Okay, wait. Jeff, what is the not self version? I don't know what that means. Uses the network to hide, whereas Moose uses it to serve. I think we're both using it to serve, and I think I've demonstrated that I'm using my network to serve. So I don't know what the fuck this machine is talking about. I want Charlie. Can we get Charlie in on this? What is she talking about? Oh, I still have my weed stuff on. He treats his network as a resource to be. If it was a resource to be harvested, I'd be making money by now. If the network turns on him, he will cut the line immediately. Well, I haven't yet. I've been here almost 3 years.
You did that to me. You cut my line.
Yeah, but I cut your line for reasons, very specific reasons, and we talked about it. I didn't just randomly cut your line because you turned on me.
I was late to a very important date.
I thought it was important.
Did I show you this? I don't think I did.
Wait, let me see the breakthrough thing. The gate. What are these gates too? He has the gate of the inner ear. He hears his own voice loudly. He is structurally deaf to outside input. Possibly a little bit, but I think I'm pretty good at listening, and I am working on this part too, of like opening more to other people's input. He is not listening to you. I did an entire stream on the 7 levels of listening, and I do every one of those, and I can show you streams where I demonstrate that. So I'm gonna go with it's working off of incomplete.
I'm
data.
telling you the truth. Yeah, obviously it's not a perfect system. That's why it's important to know the limitations, but also how to make it better, right? Because anything can be improved.
Some of it did pick up on even with just working off of a few transcripts. So my pattern is coming through a little bit, but man, is it distorted.
So for Moose, I'm going to read this offline because just to avoid any sort of data sharing. But so Moose, he's a generator as well. So he's not an initiator. So he's not manifesting, but he's a generator. Most people are generators, but he's a builder.
I mean, I'm definitely an initiator. I try to initiate all the time, but I just waiting for other people to hand it off to.
That's not this. That's responding though, right? Because then you're responding to the other people who are.
No, I'm initiating the panel cards. I'm initiating the ideas, but then I need other people to collaborate. It's like forming a band. I'm just one instrument, so I have to have the other people to make the things work. Because my ideas are usually collaborative. It's very rare that I have an idea that just I can go off.
And so, what's your role in the collaboration? Would you say it's the director?
Of what collaboration?
Any collaboration, right? That's
it
more so. Because I know that I until this YouTube thing where I've been here in the quote unquote limelight, I've always some people use the word producer. I would always say editor before producer, right? Even with beyond the editing part though, right? Because it's I don't know. I guess behind the scenes.
Because editing is kind of there's probably an overlap of skill sets.
Well, but then Snow would also call what she does production, right? Which is just organizing people. So I don't know if I like that word.
I used to be a meetup organizer, and I've done similar to what Snow does. I just call that organizing or community organizing or social organizing. And what you do is more like technical and artistic. So I guess you could see it as all forms of organizing if you want, but they're so different. Like organizing people versus organizing video footage and data and stuff on a computer.
So here's where I want to do something here, right? So right now we're in my studio because this is, my StreamYard, and you always talk about production and you're like, well, it's not my number one priority, but it is something that you mentioned. You want these clips for people. Yeah. How can we get you closer to getting that to happen to where right now you only have these, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel at home?
Not really, because I never use them on myself, so I've never had.
So this is going to be a fun one today.
What did it say?
This is Fat Landry.
Oh, I didn't even notice. What were we talking about?
We want to get you some clips for people when they join, so you can be like,
Oh,
hey,
well, I've been telling people the people, because I'm only gonna have enough room for a few, so I want it to be with the regulars that most hang out there and support there. So I've already telling the ones I'm identifying to either send me clips or what do they want for their clips. So I'm getting ideas on what.
Well, you need
to
this
make.
one for Chuck.
And Fatty.
Nope, they're on
That one for Chuck.
Chuck.
Yes.
I'm trying to recruit Fatty and or Frank both to help make the clips because they're really good with AI music.
So you just want the audio?
Oh, you're thinking video clips.
That's like where everyone.
I find that so like when Flo or anybody randomly just suddenly switches to video clips. I find that so distracting.
It's a good point. A lot of people do, but it's.
But an audio is something that can run in the background and you still have the visual experience going.
Hey, Elias says I walk. No. Okay, don't worry. Just go that way. I won't see your face. Cause no, I gotta get this. Let's see how do I walk? How do I walk? Go for it. You get a free mud pie if you go for it right now.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You can do this.
That's how I walk, people. You heard it here first.
Well, I don't know why you think you're shy and can't talk to people by yourself.
I don't think I'm shy in places. Like I said 1,000 times, it just calls for the right place, the right situation, the right time.
Otherwise, you're shy.
Well, it doesn't make sense to initiate conversations in.
It's not a sense.
Let's recognize this, right? I'm in a place where I've never been there before. Like yesterday, I was walking home from. I go on a walk every day. I like to go places that are further from the house, but if anything, I just go down to the gas station and back, which is about 20-minute walk both ways, so it's about 40 minutes. And this guy is at the bus stop asking me for a cigarette. We start talking, we're just chatting for like 30 seconds, and it's like totally normal and great. However, if I were to introduce that concept, let me include you in some content.
So it's the idea of like transitioning to. I struggle with that too. When I'm out in public, I get really self-conscious about, do these people want to be on video? If I disclose that I'm on YouTube, is it going to change the way we're interacting? So I kind of know what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
I think it's getting comfortable with saying, "Hey, I'm a YouTube streamer. Do you want to? We're on YouTube now. Do you want to have a conversation?"
Oh, you're a YouTube streamer. What's your channel about? I don't know.
It's getting the pitch. I'm gonna get the Charlie to write me a little pitch I can throw at him, because my channel is really about too many things to summarize to a stranger on the street. I'd probably wing it each time, depending on their vibe. It's
Wait a
about
minute.
mental health. It's about creativity. It's about cookie recipes, depending on who I'm talking to. It's a very versatile channel.
Okay, so you're not a generator. That shit was wrong. Oop, we got to reframe here. Hold on. You're a projector.
That's why I want to run the experiment today, the human versus machine experiment, because I think if we as humans get together and say, what do you think our roles are? What do you think our identity, our personality is? We can come up with a better version of it than the machine can.
I would love to see you do that. Or you know who's going to win? The man who wields the machine like a weapon.
The human that wields the machine. Yeah, I think the humans are going to stay on top. I really do.
So you are a projector, which makes way more sense to me. So you
What do the projectors do?
You should be organizing, like you.
I am a fucking like that. My whole channel is
own
designed
it.
to organize.
But I guess that's a confusing position to be in, right? So if you're organizing other people, but you're the channel host, how do you make that mesh?
What do you mean? The channel host is in the best position to organize because it's a leadership position. Plus, I'm planning.
So you should be doing the big panels.
Huh?
You should be doing the big panels.
Well, that is a challenge. I going like as you've seen with your own panel. So I need to figure. There's a problem to solve there of how to have Jeff successfully network on other panels and not have everything break down. And this has been an ongoing issue with me in the panelverse, which is why I stay in my little corner.
Well, so this is where I think that I want to put a challenge out there because there's the tomato and the debatos and I don't think it's going to be me as the 10-person panel guy, but I think somebody out there needs to figure out a way to make that shit work because it's not working.
What works specifically?
Like just to make it good, make it interesting, make it unique, fun, have some.
Because I'm more looking for channels that are aligned with what I'm trying to do. So I don't even know if like channels like Tomato would be.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying somebody.
I don't think about her channel. So.
Oh, just it's a comparison because she's got a 10-person panel. I mean, Flow State.
Oh, you're looking at the bigger channels with the more panels.
The ones who don't
trying
get
to figure
like
out what they can do.
I would prefer small. I think you might prefer small too, but a lot of people the big is like a way to get people in.
Those are the circus panels. Those are the ones that generate the energy and the whole crowd.
Well, sometimes the
shows up.
circus is asleep.
Huh?
Sometimes the circus is asleep because everyone's just sitting there and there's like nothing happening. It's like, well, 10 people are here and we're all just, what are we doing? Sleeping?
Oh, I honestly don't know because I don't even watch them. So you're saying sometimes they fall into a lull?
Well, a lot of the time, and that's where I've done it myself. I did it today. That's why I came to your show. Thank you for Jeff for getting me out of it. So vibe coding, right? While you're here, I'm going to talk to you about this. We have this great thing I vibe coded, really fun. Because like I'm looking at the screen right now, the other tab wasn't really doing it for me. It wasn't making it work. But now that we have this open, we're gonna what the fuck is it? We're gonna copy and paste it. We're gonna have to stop sharing it for 1 second so I don't dox anyone again. And boom. All right, get rid of that. And we're gonna read your thing. It should be nice and big on screen. And this took me, 20 seconds to code.
Did you choose this color scheme? I like it.
I had to, yes, kind of. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, is this my chart? No, this is.
No, it's not. Sorry, I'm just doing.
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't think I was.
Here we go. Cool. Boom. These nice and big. Change the colors. All the oldies out there. Change the font. I've always liked Georgia. All rainbow. You're gay. How's that? Hot pink?
No, definitely not hot pink. I was okay with just white, but if you want to like.
Oh, that's racist.
Cream it up a little bit or beige it up, just to make it a little less.
No, I don't like any of these.
But really, I can read white text.
All right. It's a little bit too big.
Your projector make up about. I do both. I like the building part too, but it's when I have people to build with. I don't like building when it's just me out there building. Part of it is like the fun of doing something with a team, like all doing something together, shared activity. Definitely that. Hustle. You do not have. That is untrue. That is absolutely untrue. The job I just left was very much. I had to sustain energy.
How long were you there?
Like 9 months. But I agree. I'm better with the intellectual stuff, the insight. You can look at a person.
I even agree about this. You're awesome as a guy.
Yeah, I'm really good with. I'm very big picture, but I can zoom in on small details at the same time. So I can get a sense of like big, large, complex systems.
He likes big, large objects.
Some dependent on the my aura is definitely not focused and absorbing. I deeply penetrate the aura of others. Yes,
he also loves
this is what freaks
penetrating.
people. It's that Scorpio like insight where you're peering into the depths of the depths.
People hate it. I can vouch for that.
You're right, therapists. Exactly. Okay, let's see. Wait for the invitation. I kind of do. I kind of have learned to do this over the years. Like I do little threads, but I don't push until I get.
Yeah, I don't ever
from
see you
the other
pushing.
person. If you push your energy onto others. Okay, here's the problem. Sometimes the intensity of your energy, you're not pushing. It's the intensity itself just feels like pushing to the other person. Just your normal baseline level feels like pushing to the other person, even though you are not intentionally pushing anything. And the only solution is to shrink yourself and be less of yourself. And I'm trying to do the opposite of that because I think it's mentally healthy to be able to be yourself as much as you can.
Yeah, man. So
Hey, head.
the intuitive whisper.
whisper.
Ooh.
I'm very detached from my body. The truth is spontaneous. Yes, this I would agree with. Because it's very in the moment. I don't have like an ultimate truth that I just call up. My truth is me responding to what I'm seeing or experiencing in the moment.
Uh-oh, you felt off when you met me.
I really didn't. Well, I did. I don't know. It went through there was a pattern to it, but I think we're good now.
I think so too. We're getting somewhere, man. We're getting a little too far. I think we might.
Well, no, I think that's a strength because you and I can work together at a speed that I haven't been able to with a lot of other people, and I think that's an advantage because it's not often that people whose speeds match come along, and so I think that's allowing us to. But that's common with this neurotype. I was just worried about all the chaos.
The drama, right?
Yeah.
But you also should I'm sure you see now, right? There's certain kinds I just don't go there.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I tell you, you know how desperately there's two people, not even two, there's more than two. There's just some chatters, right? They guess they have their channels, they don't go live that often. They've been one person in particular, right? It might be a blonde person, it might not be, but they've been trying so hard to make it my business, and for everything that they've done, it's not going to happen. I don't care.
Just ignore it, unless this person is significant to your life somehow.
No, I think they finally gave up today. So I'm just telling you, if it's drama, it's happening here. It's
Who's
because
the
I find
person?
meaning in it. Yeah, it might be bad to bring it up, right? Because then it gives it power.
Oh, well,
I'll tell you in the private chat. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know if you saw today, but Brown's boy dropped by, and we had a really good conversation. And I talked with him about you. I talked with him about Moose.
What does he think about me still? Is he still full of shit? Did he change his mind?
No, I think he agreed to two things: to kind of squash the beef for a while and just be open to the fact that perhaps me and you and Moose are really there to do something good, and to just give a chance to show that.
1000%, dude. I think it's
he trusts me. I said, if you trust me, do you trust me to assess and work with people who are trying to do good? And if at any point they don't, do you trust me to pull back if it gets fucked up and dysfunctional? So I guess as long as we can all demonstrate that we are what we say we are.
Well, we even had a pretty good recent or it was pretty effective where I saw you and Moose were kind of having a heated exchange. I don't know if y'all had a lot of those. Not like that heated, but just like it was a conflict resolving session, and I jumped in, and then we were all sort of resolving the conflict. And
people don't believe me, but that's what I do for a living. Like, that is one of the things I used to do for a living, and I'm still able to do.
Why don't they believe you?
Because they see me involved in all this conflict, and they're like, "Oh yeah, conflict resolution, sure, So, but then at the same time, they overlook all the conflict that's been resolved on this channel over the years. So it can't be both. And it's really about listening and trying to see both sides of the battleship game board. We want to see what's on each other's battleship grid. And once you do that and have all the complete picture, the conversation can start to work itself out.
Shout out to my grocery list from 2018: 20 burritos, 1 bell pepper, 2 dozen hot
pockets. You have
pockets.
a family to feed.
No, this is 2018.
Or was that during the Fat Landry era?
I was fat most. I mean, I was big my entire life until this year.
Well, Hank, I'm not really part of the industry. The industry you're talking about is not really. I work adjacent to that, but the conflict resolution I'm talking about is really not the way the industry would probably do it. I guess don't associate me with the industry because I'm not part of it. I'm very much doing my own thing.
Hey, can I ask you a weird question?
Are you?
Sorry, I was waiting for a yes or no. Some people say no.
I just thought that
Hey,
was
shout out to Crazy Mama, dude. The best mod ever, dude. Just hyping me up down there. Nobody ever does that. It's cool. But yeah, dude, Cash App's always appreciated. I mean, I get like, I think one every 2 months. Uh-oh. Somebody just got here.
Is it most of it from YouTube? What was your question before it leaves?
Did you invite her here?
Who? I didn't invite anybody. I redirected my audience, but I didn't invite any specific people. Who? Crazy Mama? No.
What is
not
that
at all.
picture?
I love the picture, though.
Oh, wait, it might not be snow. Hold on.
Oh, right. Make them flash. Make her flash.
Oh, I'm going to do the thing. Hold on, let me get a little. Here we go. I heard another voice. Okay, we'll go ahead and.
I guess my point is that what you're calling the industry is not a monolith, and there's so many alternatives to what's out there. And I was part of groups that were helping to build them, so I can give you resources if you want to alternative forms of the services you're trying to seek from the industry.
All right. I heard her speaking to another person. I don't know if they're there. Okay, they left.
You know what? Sometimes the Queen impersonates different people. He's notorious for that.
Interesting.
And he tries to come on panels. And usually if it's somebody you think you know, but they're not flashing or they're quiet, it's him.
Well, I heard a man's voice, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
that as
look,
Tommy
it
one.
was her. Her volume's not working. Okay.
It's always something with her. She got some weird audio issues. I guess people who don't have a computer, it's tricky to work with. Not because that's the biggest thing with Joe Cool.
Oh, because a lot of people do it from their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Even people who edit videos, they do it from their phone, which I used to do that too. But
people make entire movies on their phone.
That's so crazy to me. I hate my phone. My phone sucks. But it's
all right.
Okay, yeah, or snow. We can just. I don't know. The thing with snow is that I just don't want to. I don't try to make things like a bigger deal than they need to be.
What, are you all having drama?
She wants to, and I'm not interested. Same thing with Cynthia, right? It's just.
Oh, Cynthia, I would just ignore. Cynthia's always trying to have drama because she makes conflict. She said that on her video that she deliberately she has a brain that finds content, and she's always looking for content, and she can make anything into content, and she's always looking for ways.
And
to
somehow
make
she's
content.
still
She did a whole
stuck.
video admitting to all of that.
And look at her in the last week. She's doing a great job as far as doing.
Yeah, she's
some new
milking
stuff.
the hell out of a contest that she dropped out of, but is somehow.
Oh, I know.
still
That's where
benefiting
Pero,
from.
dude. Pero, I had to yell at him earlier today. That was the only drama that happened here, because he's just sitting here just telling me
Oh,
about.
he's doing his silent.
Well, just about how he's talking to me, but he's just talking about how he. And I tried to explain this to him. I was like, "Listen, dude, the whole clout thing, right?" And I've had to explain the same thing to you. People talk about clout, and there's a difference between I got to go talk to Grace Thorpe or I don't know, Jack Pazer.
Did I get
being
mansplained about clout?
No. I'm talking about. No, you weren't here. Maybe I just. It's just similar to where when you said, "Oh, I don't care about quantity. I care about quality." That's an important thing, but I would rather extend that beyond the sub 100 and get like 10,000 quality people over 1 million, right? You're probably never going to get 1 million quality people. It's
I
impossible.
don't want 1 million. I don't want to chat.
I
so
know
big
you
that I
don't.
can't
I'm
see
not
it.
talking about. Just remember this. When I say you, I'm never talking about
okay,
just
the
you.
general you. All right.
Yeah, I'm talking about the you of the people out there, because I know other people. Here's the thing. I have this magical skill where a lot of the times I'm talking about someone else, and people, like 10 people, will think I'm talking about them.
Because
So
you
I've
say
started-
you.
Well, I've started
And
to own
the
that.
English language is ambiguous with that word.
That's why I started doing it. I've started.
That's
to
why
own
you're
it.
from Texas, though. You should become.
I
a
say y'all all
y'all,
the
and then it
time.
would be, then, because you could say this is what y'all do. Y'all are always worried about numbers, and I think y'all should. And then I would say, okay, well, he's not talking about me.
Okay, so Snow says she doesn't want drama, which is.
I
Oh,
think
he
y'all
knows
just
it.
need to have a conversation. I think this one's easily. If Snow and I could.
Yeah, I would rather. Can we do it on Jeff's show,
fix our
not my
thing.
show?
Yeah, y'all can.
I would much rather do it
Y'all
there.
can do it. Y'all can do it on my channel anytime.
She never has audio problems on your channel. She has them all the
Leopard
time on this
wants
one.
drama. Some people do want drama. That's the thing, and people with money sometimes.
I like drama too, and I never shied away from it. I just like it to be real. because I have real issues with
I
people.
like it
and
to be. I don't like the drama loops. I like it to go somewhere. I like it to be
I know.
resolvable.
I don't like pulling
or
it out of my ass.
analyzable or educational or something. But I
That.
don't like just loop drama.
Yes, that's what holds us down, right? Is that people just do that forever. But where we position ourselves is different. And the AI actually told me about this, is that we are the ones with the microscope on the drama, wondering why it happens, the psychological aspects of it, not the ones who just do it mindlessly.
Yeah.
You know, like, why is it that Snow and I seem to have a misunderstanding as to why? To me, it seems clear that she's seeking drama. She's even said, I can't wait for Landry.
Yeah, but you don't know. See, that's an assumption.
She said things, so I do know. I do know. It's not a story.
No,
She
you
said
don't
words.
know- you don't
okay,
know someone
Do you want to
else's
use some actual
motivation.
words then?
Unless they
I
tell
can't wait for me and Landry's, what was it, enemy arc or my enemy arc with Landry? Something like that, right? I can't, you know, I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to
she
think.
could have been. That could have been joke or just an ironic comment. So, like I'm saying, until you talk to her and hear her clarification. of all
She's always talking to me. She's like sending me messages all the time. I don't know. This is where I feel like it's like I have a brain on my shoulder, so I know that when someone's being dishonest about what they actually want, and she wants conflict, and I don't care if anyone denies it. I mean, just
Well,
as much as
but
she
you
claims
did
Tarek
say
wants it.
you did say you're willing to have a conversation with her.
I know I am, but she's not here.
Okay. Well, when the conversation happens, just go into it. Just not
All right, let's keep that on-
automatically
keep that
assuming
on-
she wants conflict because there may be other.
Assuming would have no purpose, or no cause, right? Assuming based off nothing. I'm assuming based off.
She
evidence.
wants a conversation too. So usually, if both of you are willing to at least sit down and try to have a conversation, it's not just about conflict. There's
Okay,
there's
well,
implicit
you have
in
my
that
word.
is a willingness to be open to moving beyond the conflict.
You have my word that I will be there to do it almost any time of the week. The big changes are coming up in the future, y'all. I'm gonna be very much. Things are gonna be changing here. I'm gonna be here like 4 days on, 3 days off.
Oh, because your family's coming back.
Well, not just, there's a ton of developments happening. I'll
Okay.
tell you offline, but the great things, really cool, amazing things. I mean, I've never been more
Good. I can't wait
excited.
to hear about it.
I just don't know how to explain it. It's going to be so satisfying too for all the people, all the doubters out there who think that I've just been.
Are
left.
you okay? Let me ask you this: are you motivated? Like, is most of your motivation come from proving the doubters wrong, or does it come
lot
from
of it does.
focusing on a vision that's so powerful that you're going to actualize it regardless of
Both.
what the doubters think, or is it tied up to the opinions of the doubters?
I don't care about the opinions of the doubters. I care about the opinions of those who are willing to do what you and Moose have done, right? Or people who show fair criticism, right? Fair support, fair criticism. I don't like being love bombed, and I don't like being criticized with false information. So I welcome the criticism, but often
And it's getting
time
easier
and
and easier
place.
now with the AI to sort all that out. Everything's on stream anyway, but now the AI can go and like tie it all together and say, "Look, here's the criticism that's fair. This is not all that." In fact, we kind of did it with Hank and TML this morning. The AI helped to resolve their little beef, or at least clarify it.
So so yesterday another thing was that Snow was complaining, don't give Landry your astrology, he's going to use it against you. I've never used astrology against
He's
anyone.
never used it against me.
You know what
He
I did
and
remember?
Moose both have my information, and not once has it been used against me.
Yeah, and the only thing I
Other
did was
than he
I
accidentally doxed me tonight. But that was
I doxed myself too. But it's not like it's my current address or any addresses, you know. So whatever. I can give you all my address, y'all, my social, my mom's name.
No, don't.
Well, if you give it to them, then they won't have any power.
Yeah, but don't. Why take that risk?
I'm just joking.
Right. Well, that's a good point, Leopard. Yeah, but how do you tell? I can do a topic on love bombing one day. How do you tell love bombing from genuine connection? Like the
it's
person really is
tricky.
feeling that about you.
Well, it's tricky because sometimes it's easier, you know, in the rearview mirror, right? Where I look back on all these clips from Philmont with Paul talking to other people saying the same shit, you know, about
because you
every
can
single
see that's
person.
their stick. What they do
Yeah,
with
but
everybody.
that's just online. But in real life, you know, real life people don't love bomb.
Sometimes they
Love
do.
bombing is an online phenomenon.
No, I've been love bombed by. I draw a lot of narcs and sociopaths into my life, and so I encounter love bombing in person a lot.
You know what I draw into my life?
Mommies.
Normies.
Because you'll counterbalance each other out.
Sure, man, it could be true.
I think it's good for I'm a big proponent of mixed communities with neurodivergent and normies because I think they have a lot to learn and they can share different skill sets, and also gay and straight men I think have a lot to offer each other. So
That's
I
true.
like these blended communities.
Dude, so crazy.
Are you still caught up about the snow drama?
No, someone is messaging me.
Something else. Okay.
Real life friend.
Well, how long are you going? Are you wrapping up?
I was thinking about if you were down for it. I was kind of wanting to wrap up and do one of those powerhouse offline talks.
Yeah, you want to do that?
I really do.
Okay.
When do I get to call you the F word?
What's the F?
Fat. Just kidding, friend. Libra power. Hey, I've never seen him here before. What's up, Fatty?
Oh, Fatty. Hey, yes. Me and Fatty hung out all night. Dude, we had a blast. He does music. He was doing AI videos. He has all this panelverse AI stuff that he made. It was wild. He made Andrew Wilson clips of him like with a gay lover and looking like a Ken doll and all kind of stuff. It was fun. I think Fatty has a role. I really do.
Hey, I want to point something out to people too, right? This whole thing, right, where there's this toxic, and we can end with this toxic online space where a lot of people's experiences here are filled with a ton of different bullshit they have to work through, push through. I've experienced some of it myself, and if you can come out stronger on the other side, it's a great place to be. But when we see people who I've experienced that IRL, they say, "Oh, what a waste of time! You're all these online people." Do you know how many people exist in real life and have nobody and nothing, and no one to even hear a single thought that they think because they don't know where to find it?
We talked about that tonight too. That is loneliness at the bottom of so much of this.
It is, but there's also people who don't even have this. Like right now, my friend's messaging me. He's like, he would be the juiciest prospect for this place because he's so broken. He's so broken.
Oh, you're looking at how to milk people?
No, I don't want to milk him. I'm just saying that he would be juicy in a way that this would be valuable for him because he's very egotistical. He's very lonely, and he's got a crazy life story.
Is he going to be an asset or like a liability?
I mean, he's neither one. He's his own person. I'm just saying that he's messaging me right now, like and stuff,
yeah,
and I'm like, he should talk to you. So I'm saying I want to send him to you to life coach him.
Okay, we'll send him my website or my channel, and he can come hang out.
Hold on, how about this? I'm gonna try this. Right, so y'all do this. Here's an experiment. We're going to put him on screen, and we're all going to talk about him, and we're going to call him very attractive, right? And I'm going to send him the link, so when he sees this, he's going to hear. He's going to see us talking about how handsome he is.
It's hard for me. He better be attractive then, because it's hard.
I want to know your actual opinion, right?
Well, you said call him attractive, but then give.
Just fuck.
Because okay, can you do this? Can you send me a picture ahead of time so that the reaction, like I can.
What do you think about long-haired men?
Oh, I'm not big on long hair, but I can get past the long hair part and look at the other stuff.
He's a doomer, I think. Hold on, I gotta get a.
Oh God, it's rare that I find doomers attractive, especially long-haired doomers.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna start the video now, and we're gonna start talking about all the cool things about it, because we're gonna. Well, no, it's just we're gonna. I put him in some of my art recently, right? He needs some love. He needs some, human emotion, some human attention.
And he may end up in the panelverse.
I told him he should. I think he would be great. He's got a crazy life story. He does things that y'all would never believe possible. He's just fascinating. You can't tell me that he's boring. I'll tell you that. He's lived a life. He's been all over the country. He lived on a boat as a fisherman. He's lived in 20 states or something. It was crazy. So imagine you're from one state, I'll just use the example. We were from Texas. We went to high school together, and I accidentally bump into you at a Walmart in a different state. Wouldn't it be wild?
Yeah.
Would it be even wilder if that same exact thing happened to that person and my sister in a different state, a third state? It'd be like the universe would be saying, "Hey, y'all are meant to know each other," or something like that, right?
I can't wait to meet him.
I hope you get to. I hope he comes around.
Well,
he
like
needs
right
some.
now in the video.
Well, I don't know if he knows how live chat works. I don't know if he can figure that out. But hold on, I know this video. You've seen it before. Here we go. Whoops. Yes.
I wouldn't have any problem calling him attractive.
He's attractive. All right, y'all. You heard
I only
it
think
first.
he looks like a kid, like half my age, but he's definitely attractive. Hey, you're attractive, dude. Come hang out in the panelverse where everybody else is gonna find you just as attractive. Yeah,
They want to hear your life story.
The guy in the truck.
They want to hear your life story. Come on, man.
We just want to get to know you. We like getting to know new people and connecting and building community. That's what we're doing here, believe it or not. So don't isolate. But don't come over here and fuck things up for everybody else. Come with the writer. That's a cool shot. I don't remember that. I don't remember this either. Are those the brain tentacles? Oh, this is, yeah, I remember this one. The bunny. That must be smoke pipes. Oh, I didn't notice the sausage either, Mama. How did I miss it?
Well, y'all. I think he's blocked me.
What? Is it because I said he was attractive?
No, just the fact that I even asked people that y'all's.
Wait, he's
opinions
your
about him.
friend and he's lonely and isolated. He reached out for help and you put him on YouTube and now he blocked you?
Yeah, it's not like I showed his whiny DMs. I just
Does he know he's in your video?
I made it. Yeah, dude, he wanted me to make it.
Oh, okay. Well, then all you did was show the video he was in.
Becca's in the house. Man, we gotta
Oh,
get-
because you're putting his stuff on YouTube.
no,
I
he
just
wants that.
realized.
He already wants that. He loves the attention. He wanted me to be. He wanted to hire me.
Well, why did he just block you?
He said he might block me because he
Oh.
he doesn't know the nuances, right? He might think
Is
we're
he
just trying to. Yeah, I think he's paranoid.
Yeah, connect him with me if he's willing to talk. I'll talk.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. Don't worry, crazy mama. He's just a little bit slow. All right. So what do y'all think? What do we do, y'all? Do we wrap up here at 3333333?
Yeah,
We have to.
So
We
can
have
go
to.
do our. I can pee, get a refill.
Someone send Mitch some money. He's in jail.
Oh, really?